However, they will still advance to the knockout round and face either France, Brazil, or Jamaica in the round of 16. The MLB trade deadline is today at 1 p.m. Here's the latest news. The San Francisco Giants are acquiring AJ Pollock and a minor leaguer from the Seattle Mariners. The Oakland A's are trading Sam Moll to the Cincinnati Reds and trading Jace Peterson to the Arizona Diamondbacks. They're getting back a minor league pitcher in both of those trades. And former Athletic Mark Canha has been traded from the Mets to the Milwaukee Brewers. Those are your headlines. It's time for the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone, and then boom.
With Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he
It was Battle Chum Salmon, and he was against, I forget the lady's name. I don't know. Just, they pick like chef from wherever, and you get to fight against one of the Iron Chefs. Right?
Oh, they fight?
Yeah, well, the culinarily fight.
Oh,
that'd be
then
pretty
never
awesome.
mind.
And it was Battle Chum Salmon. I thought that was interesting because I always thought chum salmon was like gross salmon, but
yeah,
apparently it's just a less fatty salmon. And so, anyways, it's like one of the biggest blowouts I've ever seen. Like the judges were brutal to this lady. They were like, "Well, I mean, it's okay."
Yeah,
not that. Usually, they try to say something nice, and they're like, And then the final score, I think it's out of 50. I think Bobby had 46 and she had 34. I think it's the first time I'd ever seen like more than a 10-point blowout.
Wow.
Yeah,
he got on a run.
He went crazy. Yeah. Plus, Bobby he was on his game that night.
Yeah.
So
later.
Yeah. So, anyways, then I fell asleep, and you know what? Slept straight through, well rested. Did not stay up for the match. And I'm sure Russ is already all over it in the chat about how great it was for Look, let's just be honest. The ladies limped out of the group. As Carly Lloyd said, you pointed out pre-show that the post was the player of the match.
Yeah, survived a scare big time.
And then controversy because there was a video of some of the players for the U.S. kind of dancing, taking selfies,
acknowledging the fans, which that's okay. But the dancing part might have agitated some, and it did agitate some.
Yeah, it did agitate some, and some people were, and like I don't know. I think I'm sorry, literally what I said before the shows. I was like, I don't know if I want to touch this topic because it's just going to bring out lamos. You always know, like in this business, and I hate it because you talk about everything, right? You should be able to talk about everything. But what I don't like is this. So if I go with the side of like, they got to want it. Well, then you're going to get like that's why women shouldn't play sports. See what happens crowd. And I don't want to be on that side. Yeah. But if I go, just let them they're having fun. Mm-hmm. They're professionals. Do you think that, do you think that they're just going to be less focused for the next match because they're taking a selfie? Oh, they can't just be proud they made it out of the group. If the U.S. men made it out of their group, it'd be celebrations and beer everywhere. Well, then I feel like I'm taking it easy on them because they're women, which is like a weird form of misogyny, and I don't want to do that either. I feel like it's in the middle. Like, dude, don't be taking selfies and dancing after you basically had a disappointing match and like literally no joke, we're inches away from crashing out of the tournament.
Yeah.
And I think if that was, I don't know what I can't compare it to the U.S. men because the U.S. men, like I said, it would be like streets and celebration if it was them.
Yeah.
Getting out of a group. They're not at the same level as the women internationally, not even close. But like if it was like the World Cup of basketball, I don't know. And it was all NBA players, and they barely they beat Vietnam and well, I guess you can't have ties, but whatever. You limped out of your group stage in basketball. We'd be like, losers.
Yeah.
What is your problem? Like, you got to
change the team, change the coach, all those kind of things.
And I think there's truth on both sides.
Yeah. But I think that, I forget what that saying is. I don't even know if there's a saying, but generally, I think fans take these losses, wins, whatever, way more than the players generally do.
I think so too.
Like, you might leave a game where you're crushed, maybe to the point of crying or tears or frustration. You look down like, well, I don't look like it bothers them nearly as much as it bothers me.
And it's like it bothers them in a different way.
It does.
Than it does. Like, I learned that lesson once we got to know and also work with a lot of the Kings players from 02.
Yeah.
Like, and talking to whether it's a Doug or a Scott Pollard or, Coach Adelman, whoever. And like, it haunts them in a completely different way than it does us.
Right.
Like, that was their chance. It's their life. It's over. They didn't get it. Like, that can't compare to like, I want a parade. Like, that's their life. But also they're like, bro, like, this and this. And everyone that I've ever talked to that was on that team is like, yeah, that sucked. No doubt about it. But they're also not like psycho about it like I am and a lot of other people.
Right.
Which, it gives you perspective. Same thing. I don't think taking selfies and, respecting your fan base that flew over there and blah, 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 blah. I don't think that's going to cost them a goal in the next match.
Right.
I will tell you what I kind of secretly hope, though, that like for real, and none of them are going to listen to the show anyway, so it won't give away the secret. I hope they get trashed by the media and fans over the next few. I hope they get for real. I hope there's think pieces. I want to see Stephen A. and a Pat McAfee, all of them being like, these ladies don't want it. These are amateurs.
To inspire them, you're saying? Okay.
100%. I want to see them just get blown away and then come out against, I think they're going to play Sweden.
Most likely.
In the next match. And then just beat them like 30-0 and, 30-0, Russell. And then, then they can be like, oh yeah, selfie. Yeah, that really hurt our chances. Maybe calm down, people. That's what I'm hoping for, Jason. Anyways, how are you?
I'm good.
Fired up.
Yeah, I can tell. That's good. Good thing the post was there to save the day.
Yes.
That was close.
Player of the match, post.
Yeah.
I can't. I've made it 8 minutes. I can't do it anymore. Kyle is in.
Yes.
For Nate, who was in for Jay.
Yeah.
And he's wearing a Mahomes jersey.
I've seen him wear this before.
Just I have
Is
not.
he staring at you?
I was not. Yes, I was not aware that Kyle was a Chiefs fan.
No, not necessarily. Me and Verlad have very similar energy. It's that we really want good things for Patrick Mahomes, but we're not crushed if Kansas City loses.
It's a Mahomes fan.
Oh, okay, I got you.
Yeah, I don't ride or die with the results of Kansas City games, but I was really, really happy when they won the Super Bowl.
What about when they played the Niners?
Well, I don't really have any Niners affiliations growing up in Southern California.
Who's your team?
Well, my team originally was the Chargers, and then they left when I was 16 years old, crushed.
They went like a block away.
That's
okay.
About a 4-hour block of time. And we don't like...
so what, you're like an orphan for your NFL orphan?
I was for a while, and then I was entranced by the no-look 50 touchdown passes of Patrick Mahomes' 2018 season.
All right, so I don't mean this as a pejorative, although it's going to sound that way, but kind of a bandwagon?
A bandwagon,
by definition.
But if I picked a bandwagon, it was the perfect time to, which is Kansas City at the start of 2018, because the last 5 years they've been as good as the second Patriots dynasty.
Yeah. Hey, you know what my hot take was on Patrick Mahomes back in the day?
What was it?
Patrick Mahomes is the Steph Curry of the NFL. What do you think?
Wow, I've never heard that one before.
I feel like I was the first one to say it, though.
I think you might have been the first. I think I read it in like the Wall Street Journal or
I said
something
it
too. So you were the first.
I said it on draft day.
Yeah,
probably.
He took selfies after he said it.
I did, and danced with KHTK fans.
Yeah.
Excuse me, Sactown. Well, no, they were KHTK
KHTK
fans back
yeah.
in the day.
Hot talk.
No. That's an interesting thing. It's an interesting thought. Like, I don't quite, first off, nobody should be a sports gatekeeper. Let me just say that at the beginning. People should be able to do what they want.
Yeah.
That being said, I judge everyone secretly.
Allow me to judge.
Well, secretly and publicly on the radio.
Not publicly. I don't know how I feel about people that don't have a team allegiance. Like, I have a rule where, like, there are players that I'm a fan of that are not Giants, Niners, or Kings.
Mm-hmm.
But I also almost always will not wear that jersey, if I do wear the jersey at all, until they retire.
Okay.
If that. And, like, it can't be a Dodger. It can't be, can't be a Seahawk or a whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like,
but don't you turn into that? Like, for example, the NBA, obviously, our beloved Kings have never won it.
Never.
So at some point, it flips to, like this year, you wanted Denver to win.
Very
Michael
much.
Malone understood
Absolutely.
why, first
100%.
championship. So, I mean, it's not like I think had Miami won, you would have been devastated. But you're like, yeah, let's go Denver.
Absolutely. But I'm not sporting a Jokic jersey.
True.
Even though Jokic and Lillard are my favorite non-Kings players.
Yeah.
But I'm not wearing a now.
Now, if Denver gets back there this year,
Yeah.
and they're, I don't know who they're facing. I don't know if I'm as in on Denver. I mean, I don't have
I
anything
agree with
against Denver, but I guess it would depend on who they're playing.
Like if Denver was playing the Hornets.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well,
Probably
go to
like-
Charlotte. I guess.
yeah.
What a story this would be. I think.
What's an Eastern team?
Would it be like Philadelphia, maybe?
No, God. No, I would root for Satan.
Orlando?
Philadelphia. I don't like Florida.
Okay. So maybe it's Denver. We got to find it.
It's Denver.
Well,
What-
Milwaukee's
like, what-
one.
Are you agnostic
Milwaukee.
to the Atlanta Hawks?
That'd be weird.
Yeah, I don't know why. I don't really like the Hawks.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I just don't. I don't like
The Knicks. It's been a long time.
Yeah, I feel the historic aspect. Yeah, but then also with the Knicks, I don't like.
There'd be a huge bandwagon all of a sudden.
God, exactly.
What if it was Denver against Milwaukee again?
Okay, so that's a good one because both have now won a championship. God, that'd be tough. I love Giannis and I love Jokic. And then what?
I was thinking of combining the two names.
Jonas, Jokic. Jokic sounds like the Swedish itchy of the
Yes.
nether region.
Of the Yak.
Oh man, I was working out too much. I got Jokic.
Yes, it does.
All right, we'll take a break. When we come back, we will lead off the ladies. Well, they inched their way out of the group stage. The Giants did not do great last night. We got a trade deadline in Major League Baseball, folks, and we have a vintage NFL helmet.
We do.
Okay. Sit back and relax.
It's French Corinthian
It's
leather.
a throwback version of the Carmichael Dave Show with
Doesn't look
Jason
like it would
Ross.
protect you much.
It is. And never mind. And we'll start that next.
Catch the Oakland A's every weekend on Sactown Sports. Friday nights, Saturdays, and Sundays.
Sinking, that's going to get down for a hit. Around third to score is Tony Kemp. And the A's have taken the lead. Edge of the track makes the catch. And the Athletics get a great win.
Sactown Sports, your weekend home for the Oakland A's.
Sactown Sports coverage of the Oakland A's is brought to you by Xfinity 10G, the next generation network.
Attention home services contractors who want to grow their business with more leads while leveraging their marketing costs to receive over 10 times the value in advertising. Subcontractors United is offering 40 home services contractors from architects to landscapers to participate in our advertising co-op. For less than $2,100 per month, you'll share in over $83,000 a month in advertising. That's $1 million a year in advertising for under $2,100 a month. And because there's only 3 subcontractors per category, not 3,000, your lead potential is unlimited. Generate more leads than you ever thought possible. Be one of only 3 subcontractors in a category and receive $1 million a year in advertising by leveraging the power of a united group. That's subcontractorsunited.com or Google Subcontractors United for more information. But hurry, categories are filling up.
Let's do it. Leading off, the 3 top stories in the morning.
Huge news. This is very important.
Here's cut number 1.
That's going to do it. Wow, is all we can say.
And relief, but also disappointment for this U.S. team because that is not the response that they wanted to have in this third group match.
Wow. All I gotta say is wow.
Wow, that's all I got.
Yeah.
Survive in advance.
It's not like I get it. It's not that big of a thing in the big scheme. Hey, soccer, this is always a buzz time for soccer.
Mm-hmm.
And now you have this like holy triad of the Women's World Cup, in which the United States should do really, really well. And America loves winning. You have Lionel Messi showing up in Miami and all of that. And then you have on the tail of that now, you have the World Cup coming in a few years to America, or the Americas. So this is like this right now is this period we're entering of this. It's being called like this super, I don't know, renaissance is the right word, but man, if soccer doesn't grow out of these next 3-4 years pretty astronomically, then it just ain't ever going to happen. There's a perfect confluence of events. And I feel bad for the people because it's midnight our time, 3 a.m. East Coast. And they're like, you know what? All this hullabaloo, all this talk, I'm going to watch. We're going to have some buddies over. We're going to crack some beers. Midnight Monday. Let's go. And then they stay awake, and it's just a fart of a game. Yeah, it just sucks.
Still has drama, but it's not what I think a lot of people were hoping for. And, I mean, for Team USA to be as favored as they were and have been, and this has been their poorest. It was the lowest they've ever done coming out of a group. Now, they again did survive, but they didn't win the group. That's the first in a while.
Yes.
But the other part that you were saying about growth, I feel like we have this conversation every time the World Cup. Like, is this the time? But I do feel like over the years it has grown. It really has. The sport, and it's maybe not as immediate right after all the World Cup, but I think it's just been a slow and steady growth, and it's continuing to go.
But somewhere, someplace, and a very groggy Chad is going to work.
I stayed up to watch that.
Oh, there's student no scoring. How can anybody like the spirit?
Yeah.
Lydia,
thanks, Chad.
I'm gonna shout Lydia out here because Lydia's getting into the. I see Lydia every day when she pops in. I assume it's she, Lydia.
You never know.
Never know. Baseball this morning, trade deadline. Will Farhan make any more moves or drop the ball? She said. Then I said, no clue. So, should be the only thing Dave and Jason should be talking about. Listen,
that should be the only thing.
First time, no. Secondly, Lydia, with all love and respect, that is to me the worst kind of sports radio. I would just rather quit and go. I can't stand that sports radio. Like, we're gonna talk about the trade, right? We'll talk about it. But can you imagine? And there are places that are gonna do it, and people will tune in. What if the Giants were to pick up this guy? Well, what would that mean for the lineup? They could their pitching could really. Well, what about this guy? What do you think Farhan's going to do? I think Farhan's going to do something. I disagree. I don't think so, and here's why. And then in the end, I don't know.
You just wait.
Yeah. I don't know what he's going to do. You don't know what he's going to do. Nobody knows what he's going to do except Farhan and Mrs. Zaidi and a few others.
Yeah.
And whatever he does, we'll analyze it tomorrow, whether he does something or not. But the whole, what are they going to do? I don't know. It's a waste of air.
Yeah.
God, I don't want to insult the audience's intelligence by being like, well, they could do this. And what would that mean? Oh, my God, let's look at their projected lineup. Let's rank their projected lineup. How would that lineup do against this other squad? And what if this guy pitched against that guy? Well, these two get along. They both went to rival colleges, and I don't know. What are they going to trade for him? No, probably not. But it's fun. It's a fun thought exercise. No, it's not.
Yeah.
Not a fun exercise. I'd rather talk about, the post being the player of the match. Number 2.
Cut number 2.
The 1-2. Swing, ground ball to second. Marte's got it, and the throw to first in time. Ball game over. Diamondbacks win it by a final score of 4-3.
Oh, see, now what are the Giants going to do?
What are they going to do? Had they won that game, how different would the clubhouse be last night?
Completely different. No selfies now. No dancing. This team is focused on today's
right?
second game of the series with the Diamondbacks.
Are the Giants done? That would actually be kind of fun to do. I submitted an idea. We're going to start writing more for the website. I think it's going to be okay because I'll talk about it. Because I get so much more cynical later in middle age, and so we're all supposed to write stuff, you know, for Sactown Sports, and go check out sactownsports.com. And so my idea was Carmichael Dave's clickbait, and it's just basically everything I write. It's going to end with like, well, let me give you an example. Like, should like let's say the Giants don't do anything right, like it'll be like a little paragraph or whatever, like. Farhan Zaidi once again made minor moves and this and that, and didn't do the thing, and the Giants are now stuck with the thing, and now they're going to do the thing. And then at the bottom, there's always going to be the hook and bold. It's going to be like, should Farhan Zaidi be fired? Leave your comments below, and just to prove a point that's what they want lists.
Yeah,
they want. It's honestly what gave me the idea was the DeMontis Samotis is overrated thing. I'm just gonna have fun. Be like. Was Damian, in light of his lack of rings, was Damian Lillard a bust? Leave your comments below, and people will just yell and scream about it because that's what they want to do. Yeah. In this case, the Giants lost to the Diamondbacks. You know what it means, honestly?
Kapler's on the hot seat?
Or absolutely nothing. There's 162 games in the year. They lost one.
They're going to play again today.
They are. Today, rematch.
Yeah.
A lot of bad blood.
Must win.
So much bad blood, bro. It's insane. Number 3.
Cut number 3.
Farhan just said it. AJ Pollock hasn't had the best season. So why Pollock right now?
Well, I think the keywords there are short term. They have a need right now. Mike Yastrzemski is out a couple weeks. Mitch Haniger is out probably until pretty near the end of August. So they have a need right now for some outfield help. They needed a right-handed bat to throw out there in left field along with Blake Sable and maybe Jock Peterson. And this was one they were able to get basically for free.
All right, so
big move.
Look how here comes the ring. The Giants did make a move yesterday. They made it with Seattle. They acquired, as you just heard, AJ Pollock and Mark Mathias from the Seattle Mariners for a player to be named later. Generally, when you get two major leaguers for a player to be named later, it's whatever. Let's look at Mark Pollock on the rest of a 1 year, $7 million. What I say, Mark? Oh, we'll see what I'm doing, Jay.
Yeah,
I'm combining the two.
Okay,
Mark Mathias and AJ Pollock. AJ Pollock, he is hitting just a resounding 173.
Okay,
with 5 home runs and 138 plate appearances, and he lost his starting job in mid-May. But what they're gonna put him in against lefties. That's his thing.
Like they said in that cut, it's the depth. It was just Yastrzemski being hurt, Haniger that's been hurt. It's some depth.
Mark Mathias, and this is interesting. Here's his claim to fame this year. I'm pretty sure he leads the league in teams played for.
Oh,
this is his 4th club this season.
He's been busy.
4th club this season. You got to think at this point, this dude's living out of a duffel bag.
Yeah, for sure.
Right. Texas traded him in spring training to Pittsburgh, which designated for him for assignment. Lost him to Seattle on a waiver claim, and now he's here in 47 games at AAA. He was hitting .299 with 4 homers and 20 RBI. Thairo Estrada's coming back, which is great. That's going to help them. In fact, Kruk and Kai were talking last night. Like maybe there'll be some smiles because not a lot of smiles over there. Right? He's very business-like. But yeah, it's injured list, aggravated a left hammy, and that's already this is 3rd stint on the IL. It would be nice to have him healthy. They're just going for depth. This is one of those typical Giant depth moves. That's fine. We'll see. Today, Justin Verlander may be on the move. Most likely a number of players, Tim Anderson, a few others. So
okay,
we'll see
something to watch.
Something to watch. We'll take a break. When we come back, hey, let's get into safe or out. Luis Arias, hate him.
Yeah,
we'll talk to him. The Gigantics and their trade deadline stuff, and a mark in baseball, a numerical mark that's a bellwether for many pitchers, may not even happen this season. We'll talk about all that next.
Sactown Sports has all your 49ers preseason coverage.
Nick Bosa right through the middle, throws down Matthew Stafford.
Nick Bosa is a rapper and wraps tight underneath.
Backwards pass to McCaffrey, and he's going to throw downfield wide open. Brandon Ayuk, touchdown! Christian McCaffrey can throw.
Catch every 49ers preseason game on Sactown Sports.
My friend and I are taking a trip to Mexico this year, but neither of us speak Spanish. So we downloaded Babbel and started learning Spanish fast.
Want to start getting conversational in another language in as little as 3 weeks? Babbel's quick 10-minute lessons were designed by language experts to be the most efficient and effective way to learn a new language.
¿Cómo te llamas?
¿Cómo te llamas?
Babbel, language for life. Celebrating 10 million subscriptions sold. Now try Babbel for free at Babbel.com. That's Babbel.com.
At aimyourdigital.com, we'll help you target the right audience, build your leads, and crush your quota. Take your business to the next level. Our digital marketing strategies help grow awareness of your product or service, all while building trust in your business. Our approach involves leveraging multiple tools and strategies to deliver exceptional results that are customized to your unique business needs. Don't wait to run out of sales leads. Keep your business growing. Get started with aimyourdigital.com today.
Hey, you want to be around people having a great time? You need to come check out Capital Casino, offering the most varieties of table games in the region in the friendliest environment. Come for the food, which is awesome, of course, and stay and play. Conveniently located in downtown Sacramento at 411 North 16th Street. Right there in downtown Sacramento for over 20 years. Cap Casino, best food, best games, and of course, the best action. And please gamble responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER.
Guys, did you know your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED? And right now, Revive Men's Health Sacramento will check your testosterone for free. They've helped thousands of men since 2011 feel and perform better. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Schedule your free testosterone test, exam, and consultation today. Call 916-277-8599. That's 916-277-8599. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
Ray Magliozzi here for eBay Motors. Okay, easy now. You're teaching a kid how to parallel park. Ouch! Turns out he likes to do it by feel. Don't worry, eBay Motors has bumpers, taillights, trunk lids, license plate holders, 122 million parts. Pull up just a little bit. And headlights. They've got lots of headlights. Get the right parts at the right prices. eBay Motors. Let's ride.
Okay, next time you're at the store, I dare you to not think about the unmistakable, fresh, clean scent of Irish Spring. Yeah, you heard me. I want you to resist picturing a shower filled with those sensational Irish Spring suds. And if you succeed, well, you got what my gramps used to call resolutitude. Not a real word, but let's be honest, you're probably going to end up leaving with Irish Spring because of its irresistible scent and because you have zero resolutitude. Pick up Irish Spring at Walmart today.
Sactown Sports.
Headlines.
Good morning, Sacramento. My name is Kyle Ledbetter, and these are your Sactown Sports headlines. Early this morning, the United States women's national soccer team secured a 0-0 draw against Portugal in their third group stage match at the Women's World Cup. The disappointing result means the United States will finish second place in Group E behind the Netherlands. However, they will still advance to the knockout round and face very likely Sweden in the round of 16. The MLB trade deadline is today at 1 p.m. Here's the latest news. The San Francisco Giants are acquiring AJ Pollock and a minor leaguer from the Seattle Mariners. The Oakland A's are trading Sam Maul to the Cincinnati Reds and Jace Peterson to the Arizona Diamondbacks. They're getting a minor league pitcher in both of those trades. And former Athletic Mark Canha has been traded from the New York Mets to the Milwaukee Brewers. Those are your headlines. It's time for Safe or Out here on the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Safe or out? It's time to go around baseball. 3 pitches, 3 swings. It's safe or out on the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
I was telling jokes to Pat, Tom, and Cody.
Oh, you told them?
I did.
Yeah. How'd it go over?
I got Tom.
Yeah.
It's a joke that Travis Kelce told on his podcast recently. Some of you may know.
You want to tell it?
I do really badly. I'd love to tell it, but I don't think the bosses would smile on me for that. So, you know what? As a what do they call it when you don't win first prize? As a
runner-up,
consolation
prize. But you're right. But consolation prize, is what I was looking for. Not that bad of a consolation prize. I was trying to say Kyle with Safe or Out. Hello.
Yeah.
Hi.
Safe or out?
Hi.
So you mentioned Luisa Rise earlier.
Yeah, all rise.
Yeah. Luisa Rise got 3 hits last night, which means his batting average entering August is now .381. Safe or out, Rise will hit above .380 by the end of the season.
Are we just giving up on 400?
Yeah, I think so. I will say out. I'm going to, you know what? Let me think here.
He's plummeting.
I'm going to put
so are the Marlins.
I'm going to put the over-under on Luisa Rise's batting average to finish the year. He's at 381. I'm going to put it at 368.
Yeah, I'll go over that.
Yeah?
But I'm going to say out. I don't think he hits the 380.
No.
He's just been creeping. I mean, again, 3 hits yesterday raises it to 381, which he's having an incredible year and out hitting everybody, but yeah,
I think he's
360
trash.
would be great. I know he's broken a couple of significant streaks on the show.
I honestly think I have, and we'll be doing this later in the program, coming up at 9:27. I think I might have actually the best streak in the history.
Yeah, we've got numbers to support it.
All right, number 2.
Safe or out?
What's that?
So despite the fact that Dave just ranted about this for 7 minutes, safe or out, if the San Francisco Giants don't trade for a starting pitcher, they will not make the postseason.
Let me be clear so there's no hypocrisy here. It's okay to have these conversations. I just can't do it for 2 hours. Like, that's a very legit question here. I will say safe. I think they need help in the lineup there. I think they need another starter at least. And I don't think there's anybody necessarily. I don't think you rely on Sacramento to help them out. I think they need to trade for someone. Now, listen. For those of you hoping for Justin Verlander watch, it's going to be, who's that guy? It's going to be Rich Hill. That's who is available.
Yes.
That would be such a Giantsy move. 43 years old, like legit.
Lefty.
43 years old, lefty, junk baller.
Yeah.
He's probably making $20 an hour.
Interesting.
They'll bring him in.
He needs a new agent.
By the way, knowing Rich Hill too, he'll probably come in and go like 5-1 with a $183.
They'll be out for the playoffs with a blister.
Exactly. So I'll say
yeah, I'm going to say the only reason I'm saying out is because I'm surprised they're here now. Like, this team to me is a little bit overachieved. I still think they're going to be in the mix, but it would help their chances. I'd put it that way. But I'll say out, but I feel like they do need to make the move just for their own security's sake.
They better.
Yeah. They better or else.
They better or else.
So I will lean out, but I feel like they need to make the move.
Number 3.
If you guys had to guess, how many teams do you think Rich Hill has played for in his career?
We'll go 8.
I swear to God, I'm not going to change it because that would be dishonest. Literally, I was going to say 8, so I'll stick with it.
The correct answer is 12.
Whoa.
And apparently he's still playing right now.
Wouldn't that be kind of funny if a player hit like 35? Somebody like Rich Hill or Jamie Moyer back in the day. I was just like, you know what?
I want to play for them all.
I want to play for them all. Every year I'm gonna sign, and if I get traded, just please trade me to a team I haven't played for yet.
Yeah.
What a record. Let me ask you this. If a player, what we have, 32?
30 in baseball.
If a player played in all 30 organizations, notice I said organizations, would that be like a record that does not get broken?
It'd be yeah.
You'd have to play for more. No one's having a 30-year career, right?
Yeah, right. You have to have 3 or 4 teams in a year, a couple times. Yeah.
Yeah, the NBA record I think is like 15, so that's like halfway there.
The thing that sucks about that is that, well, in the NBA you get this especially, but then you get this right. You're like, well, why is he playing for all these teams?
Yeah.
Is he a bad guy? Everyone knows Rich Hill's a great guy.
Yeah, everyone knows.
Number 3.
Safe or out?
Safer out. Major League Baseball will not have a 20-game winning pitcher this season. Now, for reference, Taijuan Walker for the Phillies is at 12, and he leads baseball.
I honestly don't know. I'm not trying to correct you. I thought it was Taiwan. Is it not? Is it Taiwan?
It's both.
Oh, it is?
Taijuan. Yeah.
It's Walker.
Is it both?
Both are technically correct.
Are they? Are we defaulting to that? I remember him. God, he's only 30? Jeez. When I saw the name Taijuan Walker, I was like, wasn't this the old Mariners super prospect? And thinking, wow, is he like 40 now? No, he was an all-star in 2021. Drafted 13 years ago. Hold on a second. Wow, that's why it's 17 years old. And then I think he just shot up the rankings there. Yeah, I'm safe. He's got
20-game winner.
He's got 12 wins.
That used to just be a number to look forward to see how many guys could get that. Sometimes people get a few games over. It was always amazing. That's just weird.
And how do we like this more than like, hey, Greg Maddux went 24-6 with 11 shutouts.
I don't.
You don't like this?
No,
and I'm with you. And it's like Greg Maddux, Nolan Ryan, Roger Clemens, Randy Johnson. These guys all had 20-ish year careers, and medicine is better now. Shouldn't we be moving towards guys pitching both games of a doubleheader back in the day? Like, how are we moving? That is like the one thing.
And all the Tommy John, all these bionic arms.
Yeah. How are we moving away from that where pitchers are pitching less? Is it because the hitters are better and fouling off more pitches?
No, because averages are down.
No, it's because pitchers are throwing 103 miles per hour now.
Knock it off.
And they're also going as openers or who was it the other day I was watching? Even I was watching the Yankees and Orioles the other day. The Orioles get like 7 runs in the first inning. I forget who was pitching for the Orioles, but he's just cruising along, and it's the 4th inning, and it's like 9-1, and they take him out, and he pitched like 75 pitches. And went,
that's so
and now he didn't get the win. He was going to get the win. I don't remember the guy's name, but I'm like, leave him in for 3 more outs. He gets a win, and then you take him. I don't know.
Sounds like the solution is to just get rid of the rule that says you have to pitch 5 innings to record a win.
Because it is a bit of a scam for the closer or a guy that gets a hold, like pitches 2/3 of an out of an inning. He gets a win.
1 trillion %.
Yeah. Like the other guy went 4 2/3.
But then also you can pitch, like you have to start and pitch 5 innings, then you can come in and pitch a third of an inning and get a loss
or loss,
yeah,
save all of it.
By the way, just for funsies, can anyone name there was one 20-game winner last year?
Oh gosh,
and he won 21 games.
What team?
Wait, let me throw out a guess first. Okay. Is it Shane McClanahan?
No, but I'll give you a hint. You should probably know this. You specifically.
Padres.
Nah, I'm kind of misdirecting.
Kyle,
I can even throw. How about this? Kyle, and he plays for the Braves. I would have no idea either. Kyle Wright.
Yeah.
Remember Kyle Wright? That's where baseball is right now. 3 sports talk show hosts in a pretty major market. And I guarantee you it's pretty much this same way almost everywhere except Atlanta. There was one guy that won 20 or more last year. He won 21. Kyle Wright. I couldn't pick Kyle Wright out of a lineup if he was wearing a jersey that's a Kyle Wright.
If you made me line up the Braves starting pitching staff, I don't think I could pick which one was Kyle Wright.
Julio Urias, 20 wins in 2021. That was it. Wainwright was second with 17. And then, COVID the year before. 2019, last time we had 2 20-game winners. Verlander at 21, Garrett Cole at 20. And then one
Same
more
team.
here. And then the year before, Snell and Kluber, 21 and 20. So it's not that unheard of. It has happened.
They're dying.
But we used to have probably, on average, 4 or 5.
Seemed like it. Wasn't there was it the Orioles that had 4 in 1 year? Like in the 70s or something like that? Or some team did that? I think it was the early 70s Orioles.
Yeah, I think you're right. But also, was it 4 years in a row, 5 years in a row? Smoke Stewart won 20 games?
Probably.
I think.
Did Welch get close to like 30 or 27 or something?
20, I think it was 27 and 4. And then what? Like, I think Dwight Gooden, not his rookie year, his second year. He was like 22 and 2 with a 1.93 ERA.
Ridiculous.
Like, why why would people not like that?
And then there was the guy also from the Mets, Anthony Young, that lost like 20 something in a row over a couple of years. 25, 27, something like that.
From the past. 87, 88, 89, and 90. Dave Stewart won 20 or more games, 22 in 1990. That is a hell of a streak.
That is.
I know we got a break. I don't. Again, I know we sound like old heads.
I like those numbers.
I do too.
Yeah.
I want to tune in for a game when whoever's this, Greg Maddux, Tom Glavine, Randy Johnson, Roger Clemens is going, and you just know.
Yeah, or they're facing each other.
Right.
Yeah, it's like perfect.
But the problem is everybody today is dumber.
Right.
And they're like, I can't pay attention for that long.
Yeah. Well, he's pitched 65 pitches through 5 innings.
Time to get him. Gotta get him out. We'll take a break when we come back. Oh, boy.
Oh.
Yep, we got changes at ESPN. We talked about it yesterday. We've got a new crew calling the NBA Finals, and Mark Jackson is there's a hand down, man down, job down joke there, but we'll get to that and a tweet that he tweeted. We're gonna do some a little bit of love on Mark Jackson coming up next. Sactown Sports.
It's Whitey and Watkins on Sactown Sports.
Pike 916 on the YouTube chat. Watkins Wet Blanket Wednesdays.
We can do it. Why not? Let's do it.
What is that, Pike?
We should come up with something and see how Chris can see the downside of something.
Oh my God, that is great.
Chris, what do you think of ice cream cones?
But not today. You say that for Wet Blanket Wednesday.
Yeah, that's for Wet Blanket Wednesday. But I will say those tiny ice cream cones, like the wafer ones, terrible.
It's Whitey and Watkins from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. on Sactown Sports.
Hello, Sacramento. Doug Christie here, and I have something to share. Recently, I asked myself to determine the one most indispensable thing I use to do my job, the one I couldn't do without. The winner, forget the phone, which I live on, and the video editor, which makes my life understandable. The winner was the Good Feet 3-step arch support system. Yes, the one I tell you about each week keeps me going comfortably supported, pain relieved, and vital. So it strikes me that if Good Feet is the most important go-to tool to relieve pain or just keep me going, shouldn't you give it a try? I think so. Come to the Good Feet store today for a free, no obligation arch support fitting, then take them for a test walk. Experience the comfort, balance, and support of the Good Feet 3-step arch support system. Good Feet in Sacramento, Roseville, Stockton, Modesto, and now Vacaville. Online at goodfeet.com.
Everyone loves to be outside, and so do mosquitoes. Protect yourself against mosquitoes and West Nile virus by following these simple tips. At least once a week, look around your yard and drain stagnant water from any containers where mosquitoes can breed. Remember to use an effective mosquito repellent, especially at dawn and dusk when mosquitoes are most active. Close all doors and be sure screens are in good working condition. At the Mosquito and Vector Control District, we're here to help. Visit us at fightthebite.net.
Get ready for a night with Cole Swindell. 2023 ACM Song of the Year winner hits Heart Health Park at Cal Expo in Sacramento, Saturday, September 9th for the CITP2 Fest. And Cole's bringing some friends like Chris Jansen, Dylan Scott, Matt Stell, and more. Tickets start at $40 at CITPFest.com.
Hey there, it's Carmichael Dave for my friends at American Energy Heat and Air, a great local company I've been telling you about for a long time that prides themselves with everything they do, which is a big reason why they've had an A-plus rating from the Better Business Bureau, serving the greater Sacramento area since 1981. And check this out, they're now hiring technicians that could be you. Looking for a new job? Guess what? They'll train you. They'll coach you. They offer great pay and health benefits, retirement, 401k, even paid leave. Man, if this radio gig doesn't work out, my goodness. They're also offering a sign-on bonus for experienced technicians. So, hey, listen, if you're looking for a change, you're looking for a new job, what an opportunity for a really great gig. Call American Energy if you're interested. 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990, and tell them your good buddy Carmichael Dave sent you.
waking you up with the best in local sports.
They just make it interesting, you know?
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross
on Sactown Sports.
All right, so we told you yesterday, the New York Post had reported that Mark Jackson was going to be off the NBA Finals crew, the number one crew.
Yeah,
on ABC.
And isn't he just out in general at ESPN?
Mm-hmm. Wow. ESPN has let him go. Van Gundy already gone. Now Mark Jackson gone. They will move forward with Mike Breen, Doris Burke, Doc Rivers. So a couple of things here. Like, I guess, well, first off, congratulations to Doris and Doc.
Sure.
Especially Doris. I mean, she's breaking through like lead ceilings, not glass ceilings. It's good for her. And she's incredibly good at her job. Also, like, was there anything wrong with the crew before? I didn't find myself going, oh my God, I can't wait to hear Breen and Mark and Van Gundy. Also, like Mark Jackson, I think was he was the most annoying of the bunch. But also, you know, another coach perspective, and they had their moments. They were playing all kinds of clips of the two of them yesterday, and I probably shouldn't go there, but there's a lot of joking that's very funny.
Yeah.
If anything, though, correct me if I'm wrong, but why not go? What'd you need to let Van Gundy go for?
Yeah, and he was caught up in that bigger ESPN sweep of, you know, cuts.
But are they paying Doris Burke and Doc Rivers significantly less than Jeff Van Gundy? Mark?
Sure
I don't know the
that's
answer there, but I can't imagine.
Yeah, and Doc was good. I think people need to remember that Doc was good before at this.
Was.
But, like, is that a perceived bigger name? I don't know, because sometimes that can happen. I think that's an interesting little side story sometimes is, you know, generally the analysts are former players or former coaches, maybe former GMs. But then it's like, do companies go for the bigger name? Even teams, you know, if a more recently more famous, let's say, player retires, and it's like, hey, I'm interested in doing TV.
Right.
Does that team immediately plug new player in when you've had a 15 to 20 year analyst going like, I've done a good job, people seem to like me, but this guy's now available.
I mean, Doc,
or she's available.
Doc has a long history of being an analyst as well.
But it's been a while.
Yeah, it has.
Not that he doesn't know it, but I mean, he's been coaching for a while now.
And you wonder if he's going to, you know, this finals group. In fact, we were just seeing articles before the finals about how long these guys have been together.
Yeah.
You know, this is their 18th year or something.
They had done more than anybody else.
And then see you later, like 2 weeks later. And you wonder now, is Doc going to do this for a year or two and then find another job? But then again, I very much remember when Jeff Van Gundy got hired.
Right. But what if Steve Kerr, this is his final year of a deal, and he's been an analyst before, and he was good?
Steve Kerr should have, if Steve Kerr
would he boot Doc out of there?
NBC, they're stupid if they don't. No offense to Doc Rivers, but Steve Kerr runs laps around him.
But then does that, you know what I mean? Does it just keep happening?
And
so
I would
Kerr's done a great job, and here's Spoelstra or whatever.
God, it's nothing against Doc, but my goodness, like Vince Carter, I would have taken him. He's fantastic and far newer to the game. Now, here's the other angle. Does this now mean that, and we already did this in a sense with Mark, but now all of a sudden is every job opening going to have Van Gundy and Mark Jackson's names attached to it?
Maybe.
And at this point,
or do they jump to like Turner?
That's what I'm wondering. Also, is Mark Jackson going to have to take a job in Venezuela or something to get back, or is Mark Jackson? Are people waiting to see if he'll take a job on someone's bench? Because I think the perception right now in some circles is Mark thinks he's too good to be an assistant coach, and I don't know that that's true or not, but I think that's being talked about. Right. Mark, though, I was not a fan of him being the Kings coach.
Right.
I'm not a huge fan of Mark Jackson. It's not personal. I'm just not a huge fan.
It worked out well here. Let's say that way.
I think
Mike Brown.
I think it worked. Yeah. Okay. Now I'm just about to go down this road. Like, what if Mark Jackson had been hired, and then like had the same amount of success that Mike Brown just did and was coach of the year?
Then we're all in.
Totally all in.
Yeah.
God, the apology tour, led by me, and be like, okay, I was wrong about Mark Jackson. Anyways, thank God we didn't get Mike Brown. This is Mark Jackson's tweet yesterday. This morning, unexpectedly, I was informed that my services were no longer needed at ESPN. Although shocked and dismayed with the suddenness of it all, I would like to thank ESPN and all the staff of the NBA ESPN crew for allowing me to be a part of the organization for the past 15 years. He goes on to thank Mike Breen and Jeff Van Gundy, Lisa Salters, some people behind the glass. Finally, I wish greater measures of success to the new ESPN team. May they continue to elevate this game that has given me a home and a life. I leave ESPN with nothing but gratitude, all the while knowing that my highest praise goes to God. So very gracious of him, and I think that should be pointed out. That's very classy. And I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of I'm not a huge fan of the Doc Rivers hiring, but what are you going to do?
Yeah, and this was a group that turned to three-man, because I remember at the beginning thinking, I don't know that there needs to be three. Three seems crowded, but they've made it work. They did a good job of that, I have to admit. Like, I know when, for example, Kings fans will remember this, when Bill Walton was here and was doing some select games and with Grant and with Jerry. And I think Jerry ultimately then kind of said, you know what? He had a tough time with three. And Bill's very talkative. I mean, you got a very unique personality there.
Yes.
So I think that was a difficult one to get all three in. And they kind of trimmed that back down to two.
Yeah.
But Bill Walton's been in three-man booths before. That's just, it's tough. You got to say the right thing, know when to push the buttons, know when not to talk.
It's why guys like Mike Breen and Ernie Johnson.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
so good.
Wow, you're fantastic.
Yeah.
But Van Gundy and Jackson had their moments. Here's one from a while back.
Martin's been in now for Charlotte. Jalen McDaniels makes his first appearance. Martin's a good defensive player. Raced all over Young in a 24-second violation.
I love both Martins. This one, the one in Miami, I like both McDaniels. Here in Minnesota, I would try to form an NBA team of brothers.
You mean black guys?
No, I mean siblings.
Okay.
Martin's been in now for
Well done.
They would just have this back and forth.
Yeah.
Look, sometimes it was like, shut up.
Yeah.
But I did find myself a lot of times, they would get into it, not in a bad way, but as coach versus coach, philosophy versus philosophy. And you're talking about, look, say what you want about Mark Jackson, one of the great point guards of all time.
Absolutely.
And there are many that would say he was the launching pad for one of the greatest dynasties of all time as a coach. Say what you want about Mark Jackson. Mark Jackson knows what he's talking about when it comes to basketball. So does Jeff Van Gundy, by the way. So when they would go back and forth in that booth, and again, Mike Breen had this way of, I've always thought of it, and, you're a play-by-play guy. You know far better than me. I'm a fanboy of play-by-play. It always seemed to me like Mike Breen was the guy that was at the playground looking at the spinning merry-go-round, and you had to figure out a way to jump on it, take a couple of spins, and then jump off without, hitting your head on the side of the cement or something. And he is so very good at that when Mark and Jeff are going at it.
Yeah, and he knows how to push their buttons. They also go after him, too, sometimes, which I think is pretty funny, and they're all clever. I remember when it was first kind of announced that Van Gundy was going to be Van Gundy.
Yeah. I agree with you.
No.
Yeah.
But he's, and then he plays the role, whether you like it or not, of kind of the grumpy, like, I would change this rule, or why do they have it? And it's like, okay. And then usually they pick on him for that.
Yeah. Which is, it shows
it'll be different now.
It will be different now. And I don't know what kind of chemistry Doris and Doc and Breen will have. And
probably good.
Probably good. Also, probably a feeling out period, too.
Sure.
I mean, they're all broadcast professionals, including Doc. They're all broadcast professionals. And I only say including Doc because he just came off of coaching. But as you said, Doc was a great analyst for many years. My issue with Doc is just, honestly, it's just an aesthetic one. It's just the damn voice.
Yeah.
And that's years and years and years of coaching.
Right.
Maybe taking some time off of coaching. Doc rolls up next year and he's like, and welcome in. You're like, oh, wow.
Hey, who's that guy?
It was all the yelling the whole time. We'll take a break. When we come back, Jason, this is your segment because I know this is hurting you.
Yeah.
This is hurting the feels.
Pac-12 is falling apart.
Yeah. Is it going to be the Pac-2?
Maybe
the 4-pack?
The Wolf Pack. It's gone.
Something. Hey, I remember when it was the Pac-10.
Remember when it was the Pac-8? No, I don't. It was.
Yeah, it was. We will figure out what in the HE double hockey sticks is going on with the Pac-12 and college football in general, which is right around the corner, by the way. Check off that segment. We're right back on SactownSports.com.
The Kings are running it back.
Hammers it off the dribble against Gobert, and he was fouled. Oh my, what a take that time by Domantas Sabonis. It eludes Gobert. Great straw, two-hand flush off the dribble, thrown down by Trey Lyles.
And welcoming some new faces.
Yes. Toby Jones with 2 more.
Now they go to Duarte in the corner for 3, and he rains it down.
Keep it locked on Sactown Sports at SactownSports.com for the latest Kings news.
All new spring deals are here at Lowe's. Start planting your garden this weekend with Bonnie 11.8-ounce vegetables. Buy 4 for $10. Plus, liven up your patios and decks with fresh blooms. Select 1.5-gallon hanging baskets or 2 for $20. Lowe's knows spring. Lowe's knows home improvement. Offers valid through 5/17. In-store only. Actual plant size and selection varies by location. While supplies last, excludes Alaska and Hawaii.
Golf to Go is brought to you by the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop. Here's Frank LaRosa.
Top 100 PGA and LPGA teaching professional Kelly Stenzel offers a few tweaks for your short game, including putt whenever you can, chip when you can't putt, and pitch only when you have to. For small distance, small setup. Shorter shots require smaller swings, grip the handle lower for less power, and a narrow stance will limit your backswing. For large distance, large setup. The farther you want to hit the wedge, the larger the swing needs to be. Full length on the grip and a wider stance create more power. And posture is key for contact and loft. See that your short game posture reflects that of your full swing. Ball position tips. Left for loft. For right-handed golfers, move the ball forward and increase loft. Right for roll. Moving the ball back decreases the loft for more roll. Sharpen your short game and watch your scores drop and your enjoyment rise. That's your Golf to Go. I'm Frank LaRosa.
At Fisher Investments, our clients know we have their backs.
How do your clients know that?
Because Fisher Investments is a fiduciary, the highest standard for a financial advisor. It means we're there for our clients and always put their interests first.
So wait, you do it because you have to?
No, we do it because it's the right thing to do. Our clients trust us with their retirement savings, and we know how important that responsibility is. So we take the time to really get to know them.
Get to know them how?
We make sure we understand their unique goals, finances, health, family, and lifestyle so we can tailor their portfolio to their specific needs. Our goal is to help them achieve a comfortable retirement.
Sounds like a big responsibility. You must make big commissions then, right?
No, we don't sell commission-based products. We have one single transparent fee that's structured so we do better when our clients do better. Visit FisherInvestments.com to find out why investors like you are switching to us. Fisher Investments. Clearly different money management.
Investing in securities involves the risk of loss.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave for my good friends at Fire Wings with some bullet points for you to remember so you can be a professional fire wing eater. Like Wings Day Wednesday, 88-cent wings each and every Wednesday. 3 flavor lineup includes 7 classic wing flavors, 7 dry rub wing flavors, 7 fusion wing flavors. It's the perfect fast casual eating establishment for the entire family. Go to firewings.com or download the app, find a location near you, order online, earn rewards. Fire Wings, just wing it.
KHTKAM HD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD2 Sacramento. From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
This is Sactown Sports.
Sactown Sports.
Headlines.
Good morning, Sacramento. My name is Kyle Ledbetter, and these are your Sactown Sports headlines. Early this morning, the United States women's national soccer team secured a 0-0 draw against Portugal in their third group stage match at the Women's World Cup. The disappointing result means the United States will finish second place in their group behind the Netherlands. However, they will still advance to the knockout round and face very likely Sweden in the round of 16. Today is the MLB trade deadline. Here's the latest news. The San Francisco Giants are acquiring AJ Pollock and a minor leaguer from the Seattle Mariners. The Oakland Athletics are trading Sam Moll to the Cincinnati Reds and trading Jace Peterson to the Arizona Diamondbacks. Plus the former Athletic Mark Canha has been traded from the Mets to the Milwaukee Brewers. Those are your headlines. It's time for hour number 2 of the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone, and then boom.
With Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sactown Sports.
All right, welcome back. Hour number D. Carmichael Dave, Jason Ross. Hi there. Kyle Ledbetter. Hey, as we get to the Pac-12, I want to give you an NFL note here from Andrew Siciliano, former host of the NFL Red Zone show that is no longer. Now it'll be Scott Hansen's version, we believe.
That's the version I get.
That's the version I get. No, I love Andrew. Don't get me wrong. Just Scott's fun.
It's on crap.
Dude.
He's crazy.
He is. He's so good, though. With Jonathan Taylor and now Zach Moss injured, the only healthy player on the Colts roster with 100 or more career NFL carries is Gardner Minshew.
What?
Right?
That's great.
It's Gardner Minshew. Hey, I don't see this on here. Is this today or no?
I don't know if that's us.
No, that's yes. Okay, that's us. Well, then it shouldn't be on the desk.
Yeah, they didn't. Oh, wow. Nice shot. You made it.
I dunked it. That was such a good shot.
Dunkson.
Totally
went in.
Made it in the basket thing. Pac-12 commissioner is going to the Pac-12 commissioner, Ben Thompson.
No.
Donovan. Bill.
No.
It's not Larry Scott anymore, right?
It is not.
Okay, I assume so.
Okay.
There's a interesting last name. I know that.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Whoever
starts with a K, I believe.
The last name? Kevin Kilpatrick.
Sure.
Does that sound right?
No.
Now we got to find out because who the hell knows?
I want to see if you can just read it off the top.
George Kliavkoff.
Yeah.
Kliavkoff. Well, now you know. He's going to present
Let's hope.
New TV rights deal to schools. UCLA is gone. USC is gone.
Colorado is
gone.
Arizona is basically on their way out. This is like the last-ditch effort, and he's had a year plus to get a TV deal. And I can't imagine, Dave, the TV deal is getting any easier with UCLA and USC gone. No teams being added. This has been a great conference. There could be jokes all over the place about what this conference, but I mean, there's some traditionally great schools here that, if they don't get a TV deal, they can't exist. And what is the TV deal? People have talked about, Apple TV, Yahoo, all these different things. I don't know what they're going to get. And if Colorado's now leaving, UCLA and USC are already gone. If others join, I know Oregon's been looking to jump. This is terrible.
Now, help me out here, because I really need to do better. I'm on following this because it just gets so damn confusing for me. So the UCLA and USC went to the Big Ten.
Yeah, this is their last year in the Pac-12.
Okay, so which is going to be now what, like the Big 90?
I don't know. Yeah, the Big Ten. Yeah,
right. Who the hell knows, right? Yeah. So here's my thing. So does that also mean is that all sports?
Yeah, yeah.
So now here's the thing: football is one thing, but like, what about the Big Ten NCAA tournament with the one automatic berth? And now you have everybody.
Mm-hmm.
You're going against Michigan and Michigan State.
Yep. Yeah. And so the whole thing on all of this is who's in control, not of just this situation. We know Texas and Oklahoma are going to the SEC. Like, it's just everybody's kind of doing their own thing. And it feels like there needs to be an overriding source, technically the NCAA, but some committee, some group controlling all of this.
Right now, there's 14 teams in the Big Ten.
It makes sense.
And now they're adding 2 more?
UCLA and USC. Yeah.
So it's going to be the Big 16?
Sure.
Like,
the Big 10 has 14 teams, soon to be 16. The Big 12 had down to 8 again, and now they're growing. Pac-12 is technically at 9. It's just, that's why it's confusing. Who's in what league, and people have moved recently. It's just, I felt like you used to know who everybody was, where they were attached to. Now it's all changing.
This year, there will be 14 teams in the Big 12.
Mm-hmm.
There will be 14 teams in the Big 10. And the Pac-12, does the Pac-12 still have?
Well, it's 12 this year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then next year, it'll be the
9. Maybe less. Like if they don't get a TV deal, I think it's going to be completely broken up. And then what happens? Well, I mean, where does Oregon go? Washington, Arizona, Arizona State, Utah, Cal, Stanford. Like just
aren't we getting to a point where just abolish conferences and just, hey, come out with some like college football package where you can just a la carte for alum. You can either a la carte your team, so you're a UCLA guy, so you get all the UCLA games for $100 a year,
right?
And then if you want to watch all the games on the college Game Pass, remember they used to have that?
Yeah.
So you do that, and you pay the $250 a year, and you get every college game in Division I. But if you want just UCLA, you pay $100.
But then some company's going to go much like I want Notre Dame on NBC, and then we're going to pay these rights and get more money. Or I really want Alabama football, so let's make sure we pay more. We're going to be our own independent broadcast channel because we're going to have the best football team and the best conference. And then you get people like Washington State going, "Hey, we're still making $4 a game."
Right. It's just weird. You combine
have and have-nots.
The whole NIL deal, and by the way, this isn't to say, well, the players shouldn't get paid. The players should. This is just a reality of the situation.
Yeah,
the NIL deals, the conference movings, all that. It's like college football is like, is it dying? Is it? I mean, I know,
or is this thriving? I don't know which way it is. I mean, I feel like it's thriving for some, dying for others.
It's so weird.
It is,
and I don't like it because I love college football.
When part of it's the traditions and the stuff that you're accustomed to. Not that things can't change. I can't figure out if this is for the better, though. That's it. Like if things are being done to improve the game, to make it better for the college athletes, for the college fan, for the coaches, I'm all for that. But in this case, you hear of stories. Is it still I don't even know if it's still going on in LA where like maybe the Dodgers couldn't be seen by a majority of the people, or the Lakers or whatever. Like you want all this to be access. If you are a Northwestern fan, you want to be able to watch your Northwestern football team play. Or if you like LSU basketball, I want to be able to see LSU basketball play. Like you want these opportunities.
Well, the Big Ten's adding these two teams, UCLA and USC. So they already have an East and a West.
Right.
So you imagine, I don't know, but I would think those two teams are going to go in the West, which means you got to move two teams to the East, whatever. But you're still going from LA and you're playing against Illinois, Iowa, Minnesota, Nebraska, Northwestern and Chicago, Purdue and Indiana, Wisconsin. That's a lot different of a trip than Arizona.
Sure.
Cal, Stanford, Washington State.
Right.
And I always thought, at least in the day, and I understand we have planes and stuff now, but we have planes.
Yeah.
But part of it was these guys, and I know people make jokes
Student
about
athletes.
Yeah. And look, I get that here's the problem. Here's the problem is we focus on John Smith and, Fred, whoever, who are going to the NFL.
Right.
And they're like, okay, I got to pass all my classes. Yeah, here's my tutor and, screw it.
Right.
I'll be playing for the Niners in 5 years. But you and I both know 95 to 98% of everybody that plays college football, they're like, I was good on my high school team. I'm never going to play in the NFL, and I have the scholarship, and there's no way I could go to school without it. And so I have to play football. That's my job. That's my job. I have to play football in order to keep my scholarship. So now Danny Johnson, who has no chance, he's the backup offensive lineman who's just trying to get through with his business degree.
Yeah.
Now he's got to fly all over the place on top of practices, on top of everything else. And then, hey, we're flying back and you have finals the next day, but coach needs you to learn this and run the wind sprints.
Yeah. I honestly think you hit it on that of something. I think it's going to be more difficult on the other sports, like football, just in general. Even if I reference it like Sac State, look, if one of the games this year, Sac State, we had Coach Thompson in last week. They play in Louisiana. We'll fly the day before the game, play the game, and be back late or early the next morning. But we're back.
Yeah.
But you're UCLA, and you've got a 2-game trip at Purdue and Illinois. So you leave on a Wednesday.
Yeah.
You're Purdue. Then you stay out there and you're there Friday. Then you play Illinois Saturday and you're back maybe Sunday or Saturday. I mean, but I guess that happens at Arizona State, those kind of things too. But I just think that adds up over time, and then maybe it's 2 straight weeks on the road. And then you follow up and you go to Penn State and Michigan State the next week. Do you stay out there? Well, that can't be productive.
And coaches have to look. Coaches have one job. Here's the thing: coaches aren't kept around. They're fired because of team GPA, but they're not kept around because of nobody's ever been like, Coach Johnson went 1-9.
Yeah.
But his team's a 4.0.
Yeah, smartest team in the nation.
Smartest team in the nation. Led alumni is not like, hey, here's $200 for that A.
Yeah.
So
we want W's.
Yeah, we want W's. So you've got coaches that they don't care. And by the way, they can't care about the fact that you have a huge test on Monday and you guys are landing at LAX or wherever at 10 p.m. on Sunday, fresh off of Purdue.
Yeah.
Oh, you sprained your ankle. You're in ice, and you have
to
practice
tomorrow.
Right, exactly.
Final.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Sorry.
Right.
So where this really stinks, and all we do as sports fans, and I get it, is we're focusing on the Bijan Robinsons of the world and the top flights that are coming out. What we're not looking at is, as much as we joke about it, the vast majority of, for example, football players, basketball players in college, they're student athletes.
Yeah.
And they're not all going to UCLA and USC either. They're going to Cal. They're going to Rutgers.
Right.
They're not there to win national titles.
Yeah. And, I know there used to be a theory like, well, a lot of student athletes will take their more difficult courses in the off season. Well, we know how this works. Like, what's off season anymore? I know there's certain restrictions, but I mean, there's weight training and whatever, all that other stuff. There's just constant work.
And I'm not crying. Look, I'd love for my kids. I'd love for my son to be in my daughter to be in that position. Are you kidding me? But at the same time, listen, no offense to any other schools. How's that working out for a kid at Stanford?
Yeah.
Football player at Stanford.
Right.
Like, Stanford's not just letting you through.
Yeah.
Cal's not just letting you through. Hell, Northwestern's not just letting you through. And yeah, they're young. They, do your thing, but you're not.
You're asking a lot of them.
You're asking a lot of them, and to the point where it's like, I don't mind that they have to work hard. I don't mind that they get little sleep. I don't mind. Look, it's college, man. You got to want it, and you got 4 years of it, and you're set for life if you get through it, probably. Like, let's go. I'm not afraid of these kids having the hard work and all that, but there comes a point where you reach the limits of human ability. And what I worry about is, I mean, honestly, not to get too, violin here, but I worry about the kid who's never going to make the NFL, who comes from an impoverished family. He's the first kid in 6 generations to hit college. His family is in a weird way relying on him. He doesn't have the nuclear family we all may be familiar with. And it's his first time away from home, and all this pressure is on him from home to get this degree because NFL money ain't coming. And now you just added another so that this commissioner and that head coach and these guys can all make $10 million a year.
Yeah. And the player won't.
And the player will, and yes,
get nowhere near that.
And look, the player's getting a free tuition,
right?
And I'm not immune to that, which is why. Oh, and by the way, because you are one of those fringe student athletes, don't be counting on that NIL money,
right?
And you have no time to work a job.
Yeah, and you may end up shredding your knee.
Yeah,
whatever.
You're eating. You're looking for somebody to leave half a trout in the cafeteria for you to eat lunch with.
Yeah.
Anyways. It's
pass on the half a trout.
Hard pass on the half a trout. We'll take a break. When we come back, 3 for Madness. We are officially in the dog days of summer. Arch Manning is very valuable, and we lost a great one, a staple of our youth yesterday. We'll talk about that next.
It's the Golf to Go Hour with Frank LaRosa. Thursdays at 6 p.m. and Saturdays at 8 a.m. on Sactown Sports. Get the latest on equipment, area courses, people who play the great game, and plenty of good conversations about golf. Golf to Go. Thursdays at 6 p.m. and Saturdays at 8 a.m. on Sactown Sports. Golf to Go is brought to you by the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop, America's most awarded golf facility. Nature Wood Home Furnishings, where it's all about choices and always about quality.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by Byers Leaf Guard Gutter System and Roofing. I'm Tamara Berg in the KCRA 3 Weather Center. It is Tuesday. It's the start of August, and we have a nice start to the day with a few clouds passing on by. Southwest wind pretty steady through the afternoon with highs in the upper 80s to low 90s. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA 3 News and the KCRA 3 app.
Wildfires can easily engulf vulnerable homes. Safeguard yours with the Fire's Fire Protection Package. Our one-piece seamless leaf guard gutters, roof shingles, vent covers, and more will help prevent disasters when wildfires hit. Learn more about fire hardening your home at thatsfires.com.
When the world's best players get fitted for new golf clubs, they want to see their ball flight outdoors. And why should you settle for any less? The Hagen Oaks Player Performance Studio is the area's unquestioned leader in delivering a new age of golf club fitting to Northern California. With 14 trained, skilled professionals to show you how to hit the ball farther and straighter, satisfied customers have increased their yardage, improved their games, and gained confidence. Call 916-808-2531 to get started. That's 808-2531 for longer, straighter drives.
Get ready for a night with Cole Swindell. The 2023 ACM Song of the Year winner hits Heart Health Park at Cal Expo in Sacramento, Saturday, September 9th for the CITP2 Fest. And Cole's bringing some friends like Chris Jansen, Dylan Scott, Matt Stell, and more. Tickets start at $40 at CITPFest.com.
3 questions, 3 answers. It's 3 for Madness on the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Here's question 1.
All righty. Baseball trade deadline is today in honor of Chris Guerrero, our loyal listener in the YouTube chat. In the next segment, we got some of the biggest deadline moves in history.
It's in honor of Chris?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Huge baseball guy, Chris. Yeah. In the meantime, Kyle is in for Jay. 3 for Madness, brought to you by Fire Wings. Question 1.
Question number 1. It's the dog days of summer. Apparently, I just learned the dog days of summer are July 3rd through August 11th.
Yeah.
So now that we have made it to August 1st, how are you guys feeling?
This is for you because and I looked this up. Dog days, like I always heard that was dog days of August, but it's dog days of summer.
Yeah.
And generally July 3rd through August 11th are the hottest days of the year.
See, I never knew there were dates assigned to it.
Yeah.
I just thought it was like, these are the dog days of summer.
Yeah, but I felt like, August kind of always had a bad rap to me. It doesn't feel like we're getting closer to football. Like, I guess you're leading into things. Maybe things aren't here, but
I think it's because I want to say, is it the longest stretch of the year without a holiday? 4th of July to Labor Day?
Maybe.
Is it the only month without a holiday?
No, I don't think
September has,
March does.
Depends on what in March, St. Patrick's Day, right?
It's not. I don't think it's a holiday. It's observed, right?
Yeah, good point.
And some things like people like Halloween. I go, that's not a holiday.
Yeah, you're right. That's not like.
Well, I mean, like observed, right?
Yeah, you don't get the time off.
Yeah.
I feel like it can only be called a holiday if it is federally mandated for you to get a day off.
Yeah,
that's a holiday. The rest is just like a day of observance.
I don't think April has one either.
Yeah, March and April might be. Yeah, but it's on Sunday.
Moves too. Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah.
So. By the way,
like school, like to me, like when we were kids, back in our day, but like schools like started in September. Now schools start like next week.
My kids go back to school next week.
Yeah.
It used to be every year. When does school start? The Tuesday after Labor Day.
Yeah.
You have Labor Day on Monday.
Right. That was the signifier. It's like, so August, that's why I felt like it made sense to be called the dog days. Like, I still got another month of summer.
My kids also get like 7 weeks for Christmas.
Yes.
Then
Ski week.
Yeah, there's 2 weeks for spring break, and then the following Monday, the teachers have a workship day.
Yeah.
Like, you just had 2,
and a lot of times out in May. Sometimes.
Yeah, but
exactly. Mid-June and started in September.
Did you find out in your research why they call it the dog days?
I think it was because the hottest days are generally from July 3rd to August 11th.
So that's like when dogs like flop around and sleep all the time.
It's the warmest days of the year. So for you, as someone who's not a fan of the heat, doesn't mean this is foolproof because we'll have some days in September that are hot.
Yep.
But we're getting closer to being through that.
And this has special meaning too, particularly for me, because once we are at August 12th, all the bad crap will be behind me because my birthday is August 11th.
Yeah.
And I don't want.
You're the last day of dog days.
I'm born on the last day of the dog days. And I don't want I'm definitely at the point where I'm like, I don't want. I do want all the birthdays. Don't get
Yeah.
me wrong, I want to die, but I'm good with not getting any older.
The number, yeah.
I'm totally cool with not getting older.
How about the heat for the summer? Has it been bad for you? Normal, standard?
Not as bad as last year.
Yeah, last year was really bad.
But again,
doesn't mean it's not coming.
I got to throw out the PSA. Remember, Sacramento summer is July, August, September. We just finished the first month.
Right.
The worst is almost certainly yet to come.
Yeah. Summer by definition too is what, through mid-September?
I think so.
Yeah.
September 22nd.
People for some reason equate, and I think it's because of school.
Yeah.
June, July, and August.
Right.
Nope. June, spring.
Yeah. So kids are going back to school in summer.
Absolutely. I am glad once August 1st hits, just as once football ends, I start getting super sad pants. Actually, now
you're happy pants.
I'm beginning to get euphoria.
Yeah, for
butterflies
football and or basketball.
Yes, for both.
Yeah.
And for baseball to finally start meaning something and for me to care about that. And then before you know it, like I say, our pre-show meetings, you're like, God, I don't even know how we can fit that in here.
Right.
Cut number 2. Or 3 for madness. Questions.
Question 2.
Took you a second to get there.
Yeah. Well,
Arch Manning. You had his first trading card sold for charity at an auction for a cool $102,500. If you had the ability, would you guys buy one of those cards?
you mean for like 102,000 or just in general?
Yeah, for 102,000.
No, and here's the thing, man. Like, look, I have no issue with the memorabilia world. I love that it's growing. I think it's awesome. But then there's like that group that just does stupid things. And it's like you kind of deserve what you're getting. Arch Manning may end up being a super stud. He hasn't even played a down of college football yet. You're already selling his card for 6 figures. For example, Jason, June 26th, just about a month ago, there was an auction with a very unique item that sold for $42,000. It is only one of 50 in existence. It's Peyton Manning's rookie card from '98, which still featured him in his Tennessee Volunteers uniform. That sold for $42,000.
Wow.
Peyton Manning is one of the greatest quarterbacks ever. He is.
Yeah, but what about his nephew Arch?
That's what I'm saying. Like, you're telling me that his nephew, who has not played a down of college football, is going for almost 3 times what Uncle Peyton's going for? That's just. Is there a chance that Arch Manning's card could be worth $1 million? Sure. You know what else? There's a chance.
There's a better chance it won't be.
Thank you. And so then you see these stories of like, oh, he bought this NFT. Oh, he bought this card. Oh, he bought this Michael Jordan at the height of the market. Yeah. And then you see 6 months later, it's worth like $300.
Right.
Like, dude, just it's like, why don't you do something better with your money? Like form a competitor to the NFL.
That never fails.
Better investments.
Yeah.
Anyways,
that's like what is it? I think it's the Mega Millions or whatever. That's at like at $1 billion now. Like I think we all dream about that. If you win the lottery, like what are you doing to do? I still feel like you have some of the same tendencies. And for me, I would say I'm the combination of being frugal, but I will spend when I feel like the spending is right. Like,
sure.
Hey, I'm going to get a new TV. I'll probably get a really nice TV.
Sure.
But I'll then use that TV for 25 years.
Right.
So I'm the mix where, okay, if I had this kind of throwaway money, it's like, nah, that doesn't really make a lot of sense to buy that.
No, for no reason.
You could afford it. Sure.
Doesn't matter.
Why?
That's great.
Yeah.
More practical. Also, when it comes to lottos and stuff, I almost never play, but I never play the big ones. You know, when I play the lotto,
you don't want the stress of winning.
No, I play the lotto when it's like 50 million.
Okay.
Because I feel like these ones, like it's over $1 billion right now, everyone's playing it.
Yeah.
Okay,
so what does that mean?
I'm saying, people see, like, especially like after $1 billion one, probably after they win this jackpot, I maybe play the lotto like 3 times a year.
Yeah.
I'll probably buy some tickets after somebody wins this one.
Yeah.
Because it's like traveling the week before Christmas. Nobody goes.
Yeah.
Like this one, the ones after, I feel like, you know what? I got a good chance.
Yeah.
And you know what? Winning $50 million, I'm fine.
Yeah. And the greatest thing about that, if someone from Sacramento is a winning ticket, which it'll get publicized, people will try to track the person down. The next week you sneak in there and win a $22 million thing. They're not even looking
for you. They don't care.
Like, yeah, I think I won 20.
Yeah, but the probability is the same no matter when you play, right?
No.
It's a lottery. It's 1 to 60.
Shut up.
Probability is exactly the same whenever you play.
No. Here's the other thing they say. What are the levels of like 0 to 2 million is like the biggest life change. 2 to 10 million, pretty good life change. Okay. Once you get above 10 million, the factor goes down. But the biggest one, the percentage of life change from 0 to 2 million is.
I'd like to find out.
Yeah, I would too. Number 3.
Question 3.
So yesterday we lost Paul Reubens to cancer at the age of 70. He was really known for just one character, the Pee Wee Herman character. So would you rather be known for one thing in a famous career or not be famous at all?
It's like the artists that have like once play the hit. You're like,
yeah,
I've played this for 40 years. I've done other things. Yeah, I don't care. I want to hear the smash hit.
I want to get to Pee Wee in a second, but hold on. I get the whole lotto concept, and I'm messing around, but like, also, wait a minute. Isn't it if the more people play, the more the odds are that you might have to split it? Because
Ozzy might have to split it.
Yes,
that's right.
That's true.
That's right, smart face.
But you weren't saying
exactly what I was saying.
I thought you were talking about winning. Odds are the same.
Yeah, your odds are exactly the same, but you might have to split.
Yeah,
with
but you
someone.
might have to split.
Heaven forbid you win the billion and 35 other people won. You're
might as
still
well
doing
keep
okay.
the money.
I'm going to say splitting $1 billion between
Turn
3
it down.
people is still more than winning 50 million.
Please. Yeah. I was saying yesterday, R.I.P. Wee, because you know it's a play on words. I am like, here's the people that I would like to shut up. Like, anytime somebody dies, they're like, yeah, well, remember the thing. Like, okay, Paul Reubens didn't have a perfect life.
Right.
Okay. None of us do. But I think it's okay when somebody like this passes. And oh, by the way, the anecdotes that are, and again, this is my favorite part of people dying, if you can say that, is when you get all the stories that either have been told or haven't been told that come out about this person. Like the story of Paul Reubens meeting a production assistant, the guy that gets you coffee on Jimmy Kimmel or whatever it was. And they struck up a conversation, and then Reubens invites him to lunch like 2 weeks later. And the guy goes over, he's like, well, I have to say yes, but this is the guy from the movie theater. And he goes over there, and Paul greets him, and hey, come in, and they make sandwiches and eat out on the back patio. And the guy's like waiting for the other shoe to drop. Like, where are we going here? Like, when's he going to put on the bear suit or whatever? I don't know. And then so they eat lunch, and then after lunch, Paul Reubens walks this guy back into the house. And I don't even know if I can say this on the radio, but I'll take a chance. Walks the guy back into the house after lunch, and he shakes his hand and says, hey, man, here's my number. Call me anytime. And that was the entirety of their experience. He was just a guy that wanted a guy nice to him to come over for lunch and had a sandwich. And beyond that, the Pee Wee we all knew, like, it sounds funny to RIP somebody named Pee Wee. Dude, I grew up such a Pee Wee fan. Pee Wee's Playhouse, Mecca Lecca High, Mecca Heiny Ho, John B. Then obviously you had the movies and all that. Not to mention you have to be for that role, but a hell of an actor outside the makeup. I think he was the first guy to host SNL completely in character, I think. If not, he's like one of 3. I read this yesterday. And the joy that he brought to so many kids like me in a very, very unique way.
Yes.
Was amazing.
Pretty amazing crafted, iconic role, right?
Yes.
And I don't know how he felt about, I mean, maybe in the entirety for some people like that, it's just a sense of pride. Like that's what he's most known for, but he worked it, right?
He did. Well. It was a damn good actor. Yeah. And again, was in a lot of different things from Parks and Rec to, just a ton of different roles outside of the makeup.
Yeah.
And you know what? In the end, I look back, like, I'm not encouraging anybody to do the movie theater thing. Let's just be clear about that. But like at the same time, if that's the worst thing he did, like, okay. Like, yeah. And like he was in exile for like 10 years.
Yeah.
Like, bro. Anyways, and it was a long-suffering battle with cancer. He actually released a statement he had written previous through his publicist apologizing for not coming out publicly about his cancer diagnosis. He wanted to fight it alone. He'd had it for a long time, and he got to make like a closing statement to all his fans. It really is kind of heart-wrenching. And Norm Macdonald did the same thing.
Yeah.
Long bout with cancer, didn't want to tell anyone. And I don't fault anyone for telling you. You want to go through it publicly, God bless you. You can do whatever you want. Put it on a billboard. I don't care if it makes you feel better, but these guys going through it alone and privacy tough. And all that, that's tough as hell. So RIP to an absolute legend. We'll take a break. When we come back, the trade deadline moves of the past. Chris Guerrero, listen up. The rest of you, some of the biggest moves we've seen at the deadline. We'll do that next.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sactown Sports.
I'm Ken Korak with your Green and Gold Report, brought to you by Xfinity 10G, the next generation network. Well, even in a tough year for the A's, there are still some good baseball stories, including the one of former Oklahoma quarterback Cody Thomas. His career was on hold last year as he missed 4 months because of Achilles surgery. At the time of his call-up this year, he was leading the Coast League in RBIs, and the comeback was completed when on the last homestand he drilled a ball to right field for his first Major League home run. Ken Korak here, introducing you to the Xfinity 10G network. Xfinity is undergoing a multi-year network evolution, giving you a powerful connection today while building toward a faster, more reliable tomorrow. The Xfinity 10G network gives you the fastest internet with even faster speeds rolling out all the time. You also get a consistent and reliable connection when everyone's online, even during peak hours. That's a home run. If you want to learn more, go online at xfinity.com/10G.
Guys, did you know your testosterone affects everything in your system, including how you feel and perform every day? Right now, Revive Men's Health Sacramento will check your testosterone for free. Knowing your T levels is the first step in understanding if you have low T. Your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED. Maintaining an appropriate T level can change your whole life. Most men start to see changes in their hormone levels in their 30s. Experience and results matter. So what are you waiting for? Get your T levels checked today by local, experienced, and trusted men's health experts. They've helped thousands of men since 2011. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Call Revive today and schedule your free testosterone test, free exam, and free consultation. Call Revive Men's Health at 916-277-8599. That's 916-277-8599. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
Mosley Collins Injury Lawyers present the 6th Annual All-American Rib Cook-Off, Saturday, August 12th at Recreation Park in Auburn. Now a Kansas City Barbecue Society-sanctioned competition. Get your rib ticket at allamericanribcookoff.com and enjoy live music, the Kids Zone, and more. Thanks to Auburn Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram Garrison Brothers and Commercial Van Interiors. Proceeds help Crime Victims United and other local charities. Tickets are limited, so get yours now at allamericanribcookoff.com.
Sactown Sports
Headlines.
Good morning, Sacramento. My name is Kyle Ledbetter, and these are your Sactown Sports headlines. Early this morning, the United States women's national soccer team secured a 0-0 draw against Portugal in their third group stage match at the Women's World Cup. The disappointing result means the United States will finish second place in the group behind Netherlands. However, they will still advance to the knockout round and face very likely Sweden in the round of 16. The MLB trade deadline is today. Here's the latest news. The San Francisco Giants are acquiring AJ Pollock in a minor leaguer from the Seattle Mariners. The Oakland A's are trading Sam Moll to the Cincinnati Reds and Jace Peterson to the Arizona Diamondbacks. Former Athletic Mark Canha has been traded from the New York Mets to the Milwaukee Brewers. If you missed any of today's show, you can listen to all 4 hours of the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on our podcast and YouTube feeds available at SactownSports.com. Those are your headlines. Let's get back to the show.
Carmichael Dave.
He has very good sources, and he just kind of tells it as it is and gets to the point.
Jason Ross.
He has a lot of pretty smart things to say.
He's good at what he does.
On Sactown Sports.
Absolutely real people that we polled saying that. Or
the realist.
Yeah. You are you have a lot of really smart things to say, and you're really good at what you do.
When does that happen?
I have great sources and just kind of, yes, I get right to the point. Tell that to every boss I've ever had. Actually, I should put that on tape and play that next time I'm
here. It's put out there, right?
And someone's like, hey, get to the thing you teased. Be like, I have really good sources.
Yes.
And I get right to the point.
Right.
Don't think I didn't notice your awesome shirt today, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
Channel 4, San Diego. You stay classy. I like one thing I don't like about that shirt. It's the only thing I don't like about that shirt. Probably unnecessary to put Anchorman on the bottom right. Like, I feel like that's a shirt that only people in the know should have the pleasure of laughing at. And if you didn't see the movie or you don't know the reference, that you're what is that's a random shirt Jason's wearing.
Fun fact though, the real Channel 4 in San Diego is where the San Diego Padres games are broadcast on.
That is a fun fact. That is. We're gonna have a lot of fun with that fact a little bit later on.
Yes, we are.
San Diego, it means, you know what it means, right?
I do, yes.
It has something to do with a whale. Mm-hmm. Scotchy. Trade deadline today. What is it, noon our time? 3 our
time, okay. I believe, yeah. I think. Who knows?
Big moves. Going all the way back to 98 here. Randy Johnson, the Stros. You know what's funny? I have no memory of Randy Johnson on the Astros. I
have a brief memory there, but yeah, it always feels like Mariners and Diamondbacks, majority of his career, but he ended with the Giants.
God, that's
did he end with the Giants, or was that? I know he was a Giant.
He did end with the Giants. Okay. That was in 2009. Randy Johnson on the Astros. Well, Randy Johnson, Montreal. Right? Remember that? Yeah. Then Seattle all those years, and then he went to Houston.
Was it just for the deadline, right? Just a few games?
He went 10-1 in Houston with a 1.28 ERA after being traded as a 34-year-old from the Mariners.
10-1?
10-1.
That's effective.
With a 1.28 ERA.
Come on.
Jason, in 84 innings, he had 116 strikeouts.
Wow.
And allowed 12 earned runs. Here's the funny part about it. In 1998, he went 19-11, 10-1 in Houston. And by the way, I'm right there. That was an AL to NL trade back then because Houston was in the NL West. So he did not get any Cy votes in the NL, but 10-1, pretty darn good.
That was effective for them. Well, seemingly.
Was Randy Johnson the last 300-game winner we had? Am I missing somebody? He had 303. And he ended his career in 2009. He was 8-6 with the Giants, which means he got his 300th win with the San Francisco Giants, which is how he should have gone in the Hall of Fame. He's like a big-time photographer now.
Yeah.
Yeah. I always marvel at that story. I gotta see later on what they got for him. That's a trade deadline move that worked.
Yeah. Where you get the most out of someone you acquired for sure.
The Astros finished 102-60 that year, led by manager Larry Dierker. And they lost the divisional series of the Padres 3-1.
Oops.
To answer your question, Randy Johnson is the last 300-game winner in Major League Baseball. Right now, there are only 4 active pitchers above 200.
Safer out bonus question. Safe or out? Randy Johnson is the last 300-game winner Major League Baseball will ever see.
I'll say out just because ever. But right now it feels like we're going to be in a dry spell for a while. What's Verlander the highest probably?
Yep, he's at 250. Zach Greinke's at 224. He's about done. Max Scherzer is at 210, and Kershaw is at 207.
No way Verlander gets there, right?
50 more.
Hey, he's 40 something.
I don't think so.
He'd need 2+ more seasons, 2 20-game winning seasons, and
even Kershaw would have to pitch until he's 43.
CC Sabathia to the Brewers in 2008.
Okay. I remember the next one. Red Sox trading Manny Ramirez to the Dodgers.
Too. Yeah.
That felt like a big deal at the time.
Yeah, and Manny was.
Manny Wood, right? Isn't that what they were calling it?
I think so. Didn't they? Did they actually mess with the sign, or why do I feel like they messed?
Or people brought the sign in, or something? I forget. There was something
happened there. You're absolutely right, and Manny. Really, that was not the end of an era in Boston. People forget Manny Ramirez spent much of his career in Cleveland, as a matter of fact, not Boston. Boston's where I think most people remember him. Traded from Boston to the Dodgers in 2008 at 36 years old. In 53 games, Jason. This is a great exercise because it reminds you that a lot of times trade deadline moves, the players go bananas. Manny Ramirez for the Dodgers played in 53 games in 2008 after the trade. He hit 396 with 17 home runs and 53 RBI.
And how many games?
53.
Wow.
53. That is
60 plus homers.
Yes.
In a full season.
And 162 RBI.
Yeah. And flirting with 400.
Flirting with 400. Like, that is insane. Following year, he had 19 home runs and 63 RBI in 104 games.
Yeah.
You know, that was it.
Well, the last couple of years, you had Scherzer and Trey Turner going to the Dodgers.
Yeah. Manny Machado to the Dodgers.
Yep. Last year, Juan Soto to the Padres was a big deal.
Yeah, that's been a little bit weird.
Yeah.
McGuire to the Cards in 97. I remember. Oof. And then Schilling to the, Kurt Schilling is such a horrible ding-dong of a human, which is another reason I hate social media, because we find out how bad these people are. I was a Kurt Schilling stan. Like, I loved him with the Phillies.
You were the one.
He was just so awesome. And then, then he just went to the Diamondbacks and was a badass there. I mean, Kurt Schilling, Randy Johnson was the best thing we had since that Braves rotation. And just bloody sock. I remember being one of those guys like, come on, it's a bloody sock. Like, what? Why the conspiracies? Now I'm like,
he painted it.
He probably had some food coloring in there. He probably just in the
fake.
In the dugout. He's such a wiener. Crime Dog to the Braves in 93.
I like me some Fred McGriff.
We'll take a break. When we come back for Lydia, what should be Giants be doing
there it
today?
Is. There we go. What's happening?
Yeah, we said it was coming. They made a move yesterday. Got a couple of players. What should they be targeting today as a trade deadline is in, just a little over 5 hours from now.
It's coming.
All right, we're right back. Sactown Sports.
It's Whitey and Watkins on Sactown Sports.
Sean. Hey, Sean, what's up? Would love to see this continue at every A's road game, at least force the owners to deal with it. Well, yeah, that'd be a great idea. Yeah. But then, it's tough for the 68s or whoever to go to all the games and, organize all that.
What they need is they need a Carmichael Dave. They need a guy to get in an RV and
San Leandro Marty.
Exactly. San Leandro Marty. Where are you at? Your team needs you right now.
It's Whitey and Watkins from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. on Sactown Sports.
Where are you on your financial journey? Wherever it is, Safe Credit Union has a checking account made just for you. Jason Ross here, and I can tell you with 4 different safe checking account options, one is sure to fit your needs. And with easy, secure, and personalized service to early paydays, overdraft protection, and exclusive members-only perks, safe checking accounts truly put you and your financial future first. Find a safe checking account you will love at safecu.org/checking. Safe Credit Union is insured by NCUA.
For a business to thrive, there needs to be a constant stream of new customers. This happens through strong lead generation. Did you know that lead generation is one of the most important tools of any marketing campaign? Let us help you identify your target audience and market your products and services to them. To get started today, contact aimyourdigital.com. That's aimyourdigital.com and start seeing results today.
Marvel and Rivercats baseball unite. Marvel Defenders of the Diamond Night returns to Sutter Health Park on Saturday, August 5th when the Rivercats host the Reno Aces. Purchase the Defenders of the Diamond ticket pack and get exclusive access to a pregame meet and greet with superheroes Captain America and Black Panther. You'll also receive a limited release New Era hat featuring a Marvelized Rivercats logo. The fun continues postgame with a fireworks show presented by Sutter Health. Join the fun and purchase your tickets at rivercats.com.
The The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
On Sactown Sports.
Might be time for some new headphones. The inner, I don't know what this is.
Well, I hope it's working right because this is the Pointer Sisters. You got to enjoy them.
You know, the Pointer Sisters, I always like to point out all their hits. And RIP, all of them?
I think we still might have Ruth Pointer. I don't know, one of them. Or we might have just lost Ruth. I can't remember which one. Someone just passed.
Yeah, somebody just. Yeah. And I thought it was the last Pointer sister. So
Ruth Pointer's still with us.
Yes. Is she? So, wow, you know what? There are 3 members and 3 past members, all Pointers.
Yeah.
They didn't even bring in like a Bonnie Johnson. Like, you've got to be. I wonder if like they legally changed her name. Like, okay, that will be a Pointer. So Anita Pointer, she passed 2022. Bonnie, 2020. June 2006. I thought somebody literally died this year.
Well, 2022. I think it was the end of last year.
Oh, it was? Yeah. Ruth is still with us, as Kyle just said. But hold on a second. Asa Pointer is she's only 45. That's got to be one of the Pointer. That's got to be a Pointer kid.
Pointer daughter.
And Sadako Pointer is now in the group. Born in 1984.
Wow.
Oh, her name is Sadako Ruth Pointer Johnson. So that's got to be
okay.
That's got to be is it Ruth's kid?
I'm not sure. Anyway. I still wanted to have 2 different cover bands. The all male version of the Pointers, so the Pointer Brothers,
yes,
and the Doobie Sisters.
100,000%.
Yeah.
Also the documentaries, because go with the news.
Yeah.
What if you did a whole tour, and it was like the Pips,
yes,
the news, the Pointer Brothers, the Doobie Sisters, the Condors,
yeah. You mean all the what was Tom Petty's band's name?
The Heartbreakers.
Yeah, the Heartbreakers.
Yes.
The Beaver Brown Band.
The Jets. No, wait, that's Benny the Jets. Hold on, we're missing a couple, aren't we? We're missing probably a bunch.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Technically, I could be a Pointer brother. My high school was the Pointers.
What?
Point Loma High School Pointers.
Okay, all right.
Point Loma Pointers.
Had some context. I could have been a Pointer. What? All right. The Giants. What should they be doing in this segment's for Lydia?
They should be getting all of the pitchers. They need to get the equivalent of Randy Johnson to go 11-1 and strike out everybody in the last 2 months.
That's what they have to do. And there's folks available, and it's just like Farhan Zaidi's big.
It's not AJ Pollock, is it? Is that the move? Outfield depth.
I wonder what if I Googled Farhan Zaidi biggest move.
Oh, what would come up for that?
3 best signings of the Farhan Zaidi era. This is as of 2022, so this doesn't count any of these signings. All right, it's a stupid thing.
I don't like one of those.
At number 3, Farhan Zaidi countdown. Number 3.
Yeah.
Anthony Desclafani. 1 year, $6 million.
Okay.
I mean,
sure.
Great move that worked.
Okay. Boy, if that's one of them. Anxious for the next 2.
All right. Number 2. Second biggest move of the Farhan Zaidi tenure. Carlos Rodon, 2 years, $44 million.
Okay.
It's a good move.
Yeah.
It's a good move.
But he's Rodon now.
Isn't that the hair stuff? And the number 1 biggest move of Farhan Zaidi, his era, Kevin Gausman, 1 year, $18.8 million.
He gone too.
Well, it's like why is it that the Giants are like top 10, top 11 in payroll, but seems like they
who are they paying?
Like, right. It seems like they run their team like the A's circa 5 years ago. And I know that's not the case. I know they tried with Carlos Correa.
Yeah. And tried with Judge, tried with Bryce Harper. Like they always finish second or seemingly in these.
The bridesmaid,
yeah,
if you will. So, make a splash.
But didn't it feel like when they won the World Series those 3 times, like they did it on the back of the pitching? Like they got timely hitting.
Sure.
Of course.
100% they did. Needless to say, by the way, I want to point this out because I haven't done this enough. Carlos Correa is currently batting .228 with 12 home runs and 45 RBI. He has played 95 games.
Okay. So he's missed a few, but still.
I just don't know. And look, it wasn't just his hitting that,
right.
But
you were getting him to be the dude for the next 10 years. 8 years.
Let me ask. Okay, bonus safer out question. This is a record day today. This is gonna be 5th safer out.
We got a lot of plate appearances.
Safe or out? Rejecting Carlos Correa's physical and not sign and getting out of that huge contract is a top 3 move for Farhan Zaidi.
Safe.
It's hard to compete with Anthony DeSclafani's 1-year deal, though.
Hey, he was good. Yeah. I say safe too.
Yeah, right now, right? Like the next couple of years, if he goes off, sure, you'd feel differently.
Sure.
But right now, the immediate returns,
right now,
yeah.
They may have dodged a bullet with that one.
What was the total again? What was he offering?
God,
just an absurd amount.
330, I believe.
Yeah, 300, whatever.
Yeah, and even hitting in that park too is more difficult. Yeah, so they're fortunate there.
They are very fortunate there. I agree with you on the pitching.
Yeah, I think that's where I'd go. And again, like Verlander to me is the most enticing, exciting name. Doesn't mean the one they have to do, but we joked earlier about Rich Hill, but something like that where you go, oh, this was the Pirates' 4th starter. Well, maybe that's someone that's going to help him.
And that's fine.
Yeah.
No problem. If it's somebody that can they don't have to trade for Juan Soto, then that would be great. And then also here's where you really trust and one thing I will respect from Farhan Zaidi a lot is I don't think he cares about public pressure.
Yeah.
And that's
important.
It's very important. And I think the Carlos Correa thing really proved that, where he, when that whole thing went down, Farhan Zaidi was abused, just destroyed.
Mm-hmm.
And by the way, I don't even really have a problem with that. That's the job. What I do have a problem with, though, especially in the media, is when that all turned out to be true and then Correa failed another physical with another team and all that stuff. I didn't see anywhere near the same energy going back and being like, well, Farhan Zaidi was right.
Yeah.
What a shrewd move by the Giants GM. That didn't happen. So why am I saying that? Because here's where it might be a really tough position for him. Maybe Farhan Zaidi is like, I am all in on Shohei. We are going to sign Shohei Ohtani.
I think everybody needs to have that approach right in the offseason.
But for him, if that's the case, and he has some form of reason to be reasonably confident they can get him, he can't talk about it.
Yeah.
But what if that forces, and maybe behind closed doors, he's like, guys, I could probably get us in the wild card.
Yeah. But I'm going all in here.
This is
going to be a franchise-changing thing.
Yeah, I'm not here to get in the wild card. I'm here to bring titles back to San Francisco, and I'm going to get killed for this, but I don't want to spend any unnecessary money or make any. I don't want to trade any prospects, players, spend a ton of money. I want this all ready for Ohtani. And he's going to get killed for the next few months.
Yeah.
But I guarantee you we put the poll out. I think if Giants fans had a choice between making the playoffs and losing in the NLCS or losing every game the rest of this season, finishing on a 42-game losing streak or whatever, but you get Ohtani, I'll bet you that would be 80 to 90% will take the losing streak.
It'd be a lot easier to know that you're getting him, like in a real world, but like that you wouldn't know for sure. That's one thing also I wish like some of these things maybe we shouldn't know, but I think it would be fun for all of us to find out from like Ohtani's agent what basically every team's going to offer.
Yes.
Wouldn't that be neat? Like to see
Just
like
put it
how
publicly.
far apart are some of the contract, the numbers, but what else are they offering to try to get him to be on their team? Because I don't think we're going to see a free agent like that in a long, long time.
I think it should be like eBay.
Yeah.
I think that
Here's our postings.
Yeah, you post it publicly.
Cleveland Guardians.
Everybody, right.
Yeah. Chicago Cubs.
Everybody makes the bid.
Yeah.
And then there's a buy it now for $1 billion.
Yes.
You just don't have to go through any of it. We'll take a break. When we come back, let's take a look for the first time.
It's August, baby.
Or NFL team previews. Let's look at those Beefalo Bills. We'll do that next. SactownSports.com.
The NFL season is right around the corner, and Sactown Sports is your new home for the San Francisco 49ers.
Intercepted and coming back the other way. Talanoa Hufanga. Touchdown! San Francisco! The big bad wolf!
Catch every 49ers game this season on Sactown Sports.
All new spring deals are here at Lowe's. Start planting your garden this weekend with Bonnie 11.8-ounce vegetables. Buy 4 for $10. Plus, liven up your patios and decks with fresh blooms. Select 1.5-gallon hanging baskets or 2 for $20. Lowe's knows spring. Lowe's knows home improvement. Offers valid through 5/17. In-store only. Actual plant size and selection varies by location. While supplies last, excludes Alaska and Hawaii.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
If you want to hit the golf ball farther and straighter, the Hagen Oaks Player Performance Studio offers you the opportunity to experience the same technology and major brands used to fit PGA and LPGA Tour professionals. The Hagen Oaks Player Performance Studio is an indoor facility that opens onto the driving range so you can see your all-important ball flight. With the advantages of cutting-edge technology and analyzing your ball flight, the Hagen Oaks professional staff will make you a better player. Hagen Oaks Player Performance Studio, Fulton Avenue at Cap City Freeway, or call 916-808-2531. That's 808-2531 for longer, straighter drives.
Attention home services contractors who want to grow their business with more leads while leveraging their marketing costs to receive over 10 times the value in advertising. Subcontractors United is offering 40 home services contractors from architects to landscapers to participate in our advertising co-op. For less than $2,100 per month, you'll share in over $83,000 a month in advertising. That's $1 million a year in advertising for under $2,100 a month. And because there's only 3 subcontractors per category, not 3,000, your lead potential is unlimited. Generate more leads than you ever thought possible. Be one of only 3 subcontractors in a category and receive $1 million a year in advertising by leveraging the power of a united group. That's subcontractorsunited.com or Google Subcontractors United for more information. But hurry, categories are filling up.
Hello, Sacramento. Doug Christie here, and I have something to share. Recently, I asked myself to determine the one most indispensable thing I use to do my job, the one I couldn't do without. The winner, forget the phone, which I live on, and the video editor, which makes my life understandable. The winner was the Good Feet 3-step arch support system. Yes, the one I tell you about each week keeps me going comfortably supported, pain relieved, and vital. So it strikes me that if Good Feet is the most important go-to tool to relieve pain or just keep me going, shouldn't you give it a try? I think so. Come to the Good Feet store today for a free, no obligation arch support fitting, then take them for a test walk. Experience the comfort, balance, and support of the Good Feet 3-step arch support system. Good Feet in Sacramento, Roseville, Stockton, Modesto, and now Vacaville. Online at goodfeet.com.
KHTKAM Sacramento, KYMX HD2 Sacramento.
Take it on the local level.
Live and local, 6 a.m. to 6 p.m., Monday through Friday.
From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios. Sactown Sports. Sactown Sports.
Headlines.
Good morning, Sacramento. My name is Kyle Ledbetter, and these are your Sactown Sports headlines. Early this morning, the United States women's national soccer team secured a 0-0 draw against Portugal in the third group stage match at the Women's World Cup. The disappointing result means the United States will finish second place in their group behind Netherlands. However, they will still advance to the knockout round and face very likely Sweden in the round of 16. The MLB trade deadline is today. Here's some of the biggest breaking news. The San Francisco Giants have acquired AJ Pollock and a minor leaguer from the Seattle Mariners. Meanwhile, the Oakland A's are trading Sam Moll to the Cincinnati Reds and Jace Peterson to the Arizona Diamondbacks. They're getting minor league pitchers in both of those trades. And former Athletic Mark Canha has been traded from the New York Mets to the Milwaukee Brewers. If you missed any of today's show, you can listen to all 4 hours of the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on our podcast and YouTube feeds at SactownSports.com. Those are your headlines. Let's return to the show.
The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone, and then boom.
With Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sactown Sports.
We're going to talk about the Bills here, but mini hijack. This is based on your question earlier. I've been thinking about this all day. Which question? What is the worst month? And Dan Patrick actually just put out this poll, and his only choices were August and February. I understand why he's saying February.
Is this for a sports fan or just in general?
I would say I would like you to judge. I would like your judge qualifications, your Aaron Judge qualifications to be the following. 80% is sports. And then the other 20% can be miscellaneous. Weather,
okay.
Whatever. Whatever in your life.
I have a month. I've always had this feeling about. It's less sports related, but there's some sports ties to it.
Okay.
My leader in the clubhouse is January.
January.
It's mainly weather related. We've just had, I think Christmas is fabulous.
I do too.
The holiday season.
You and I are
fun.
huge Christmas people.
So that's done. Generally here, it's just like the sun is never out. It's just gray.
Yeah.
And cold. I mean, I don't mind it being cold. Like you get some, but I feel like, and part of the, to me, fun of football as well as all of the games every weekend. And you're like, we're getting to the better games, the playoffs.
Right.
But then there's less of them. And I don't know.
No, I hear you.
NBA is in that middle pack so to me January would be one, but less about sports, more about
weather
and just like I think if Christmas wasn't in December, like if it was in July, to me I enjoy the summer or June.
Maybe Christmas should move to August or July.
No, I think it's good where it is. So I would say
I can't get on board with you in January because we're different. You and I are very different weather people. It's too cold. I'm with you.
But yeah.
But you have the bowl games. You have the national championship. You got NFL playoffs. You got basketball.
Most of the bowl games are December.
You're right. You're right. Anyway. You're right. The big ones, though. Yeah. I can't get on board with that. I understand February. I do, because even though in February you've got
it might be February.
Well, you've got the NBA. You have the trade deadline.
Mm-hmm. And the Super Bowl.
Always get a week's vacation in February because that's when the break happens. And you have the Super Bowl, which is the biggest sporting event of the year. I can't do February. I admit that February is depressing because once the Super Bowl ends, that's when the slide, that is the top of the mountain of the slide. And that's when I start to get depressed. For me, it's July or August. It's probably July because at least I understand in August, there's no NBA anything. But you have training camp.
Yeah, but July has grown so much to me with the summer league, to free agency. And free agency's become so crazy the last couple of years.
See, it's tough because you also have July has the worst week of the year.
Mm-hmm.
The All-Star break,
slowest
when there
days,
is nothing.
Yeah.
What
were his candidates?
His candidates were August or February.
Okay.
I see the argument for August.
Yeah, I see the argument for February.
I think August in a vacuum probably is, but again, you have so much of it is the buildup
right
to September, and then once September, when that 1 month from today, the alarm will go off on September 1st, and I'm telling you, it's the one day out of the year probably I don't hit snooze at least once. I will jump up. The hills are alive. Like I will dance around. My wife will be like, "It's 3:30 a.m. here." I don't care. I am euphoric even thinking about it because you know what happens after September 1st, Jason? Christmas and everything in between. It's a beautiful time.
There you go.
And it will be snowy in Buffalo before too long.
Yes, it will be.
They released a video yesterday, and it was funny because I remembered videos like this for Golden One Center. They're like the hype videos with some fan or somebody. I forget who the lady was talking, and if she's somebody I should know, then I apologize. I'm not up on Buffalo stuff, but it was a whole thing about the new stadium that's coming out there, and it's awesome. It looks really cool, and they deserve it. I love Buffalo Bills fans. I really have
special.
They are. I have a soft spot for them because not a lot going on upstairs with some of them. You can tell by how they're diving through tables and all that. But Bills Mafia, dude, they are all in.
Yeah,
I love it. They live in Buffalo. Like they live in Buffalo. Like who lives in Buffalo? And they're proud of it.
Yeah, they love that team, and they should. The last 3 years, they've won the division, but it feels like this has to be some sort of a breakthrough year for the others around. Like the coach is back, both coordinators are back. You can't just go, "Oh, we won another division." Like they have to advance. They have to get to the Super Bowl. They have to win a Super Bowl here soon. They're not getting rid of Josh Allen, but there needs to be some sort of advancement for this organization.
There does, because they are a very good team, obviously led by Josh Allen, Stephon Diggs, I was going to Gabe Davis, Stephon Diggs, Gabe Davis, Dawson Knox, who I love at tight end. They got a good line. They're led on defense.
The defense is great.
It really, really is. Damn near top to bottom. It's right up there with the Niners and a couple of others. Special teams are great. Tyler Bass is a great kicker. They really are a good team. And I agree with you, Jason, in the sense that if they don't do, I'm trying to think. I'm not going to go as far as to say that anything other than a Super Bowl championship is a disappointment, but do they have to make the Super Bowl? What if they lose the AFC title game to the Chiefs?
Yeah, I mean, then they're always going to keep losing to the Chiefs, right? That's kind of their nemesis, which, look, is maybe that's the best team going and has been. They won the Super Bowl, but at some point you feel like there needs to be a breakthrough for this group, for this organization. This was a division that's as good as it's ever been, has been owned by the Patriots. They've won the last three division championships. That's amazing. But now with Aaron Rodgers there, Miami's improved every year seemingly here. Patriots are just, so well coached and tough to beat. It feels like the AFC is so loaded, their division is so loaded, but they can't just be one of the nice teams. They got to me, it has to be a breakthrough for them.
37-12 over the last 3 years, including those 3 straight titles. They were second the year before at 10-6, but 4-5 in the playoffs. They did make the championship game and did lose to the Chiefs in 2020. But then the last 2 years, they lost to the Chiefs, and then last year, the Bengals.
That's right.
The thing with the Bengals, the problem is with the Bills. There's a couple. One of the problems I had with the Bills last year, I don't know how to rate. I don't want to sound like I'm being too dramatic here. How do you possibly rate how much DeMar Hamlin weighed on them and screwed up their focus in the playoffs? I don't know how to.
I don't know if maybe they can't even measure it or quantify it, because I know that had to be so much on their mind, and no one else has experienced that. I think they've all seen it where there's a fallen player on the field. It's like, oh man, That stinks. Player X blew out their knee.
Right.
Player Y, oh man, that torn pec, they're going to be out but they'll recover and they'll play football again. Or if not, their life is okay.
Yes.
Nobody had experienced that. And it went from like, okay, something's weird to, this is like, for all of us as viewers of watching that, we knew something serious was going on. We were kind of left in the dark at the beginning. I can only imagine what they were feeling and just that. And now it's different. I mean, he's back and it's a great story.
Sure.
But those were some scary times.
Very scary times. And I will never forget. We were down in Palm Springs with the family. We were at dinner. And in the middle of dinner, I'll never forget getting up, leaving, going outside, and just seeing, because it was like, is Damar Hamlin going to die on the field? Like, oh my God, this is beyond anything. This is the craziest story. And then it was the whole, are they going to cancel the game? Should they cancel the game? Well, of course they should cancel the game. They canceled the game. That was Monday, January 2nd. One more game in the regular season. That was home against the Patriots. They won 35-23. They finished the year 13-3. They eked by the Miami Dolphins 34-31 in the wild card. And then just luck of luck, they're playing the Bengals.
Yeah.
The team they were playing with the whole Damar Hamlin thing. Now, look, logic would dictate. Obviously, Damar Hamlin weighed on them, but they're also professionals, number one. Number two, by the time they played there, they knew he was obviously going to pull through and be fine. Number three, they had 2 games since to kind of get it out of their system. They were 2-0 in those games. So, but I don't know. I don't think anybody expected them at home to lose 27-10 to the Bengals.
Yeah.
Bengals are a very good team, but I think it is a minimum AFC championship game this year.
Yeah.
Barring a Josh Allen injury.
Right. I think so too. And then you look at a couple other things inside the team, like, Josh Allen continues to be their leading rusher, or has been over time. One that probably needs to change, right? Can they get a dominant or an additional running threat to take things away from him? Also, are Diggs and Allen okay? Like, what's the story there? That was a little bit weird, whether it's directly those two or just Diggs being upset about something else within the organization. So they get those things right. They got a great fan base, great home field, but it feels like there needs to be an advancement for them.
One last note here before we break on them. That's an open air stadium they're building.
I was going to ask you. I didn't know that. Is that? So they're just all in on that. Like, they don't have to be, but they are.
I don't think it's good for them because the argument there is, you get an advantage throughout the year, and they do a little bit, but
it's a little crazy.
It's a little bit crazy. I don't like weather interfering.
Yeah, and I mean, I don't know. I don't know how the players take it, but I don't think you're any tougher if you're like the guy that's coming out with short sleeves playing. Like,
serious.
It's cold. You can wear long sleeves.
Yeah, it's okay,
right.
dude.
Just be warm. Be comfortable.
Be comfortable.
Yeah.
Oh, he's wearing short sleeves. I'm not going to block him.
Tough.
We'll take a break. When we come back, let's head over to the NFC East and look at Kyle's Dallas Cowboys. See what they do. Sactownsports.com.
Catch the Oakland A's every weekend on Sactown Sports. Friday nights, Saturdays, and Sundays.
Sinking, that's going to get down for a hit. Around third, your score is Tony Kemp. And the A's have taken the lead. Edge of the track makes the catch. And the Athletics get a great win.
Sactown Sports, your weekend home for the Oakland A's.
Sactown Sports coverage of the Oakland A's is brought to you by Xfinity 10G, the next generation network.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave, and I recognize, just like my friends at American Energy Heat and Air, that your time is important. And that's why shopping for a new air conditioner is now easier with American Energy Heat and Air's online quoting tool. All you have to do is go to AmericanEnergyAir.com and get an instant quote right now. It'll help you determine what system you're going to need to get. It'll provide the best pricing options, all from the comfort of your home without having to have somebody come to your home. You know how annoying that is? They come in and everybody there is so sweet and nice, but how much better is it to be able to get it on demand? Visit AmericanEnergyAir.com. Check out how easy it can be. Or if you want to give them a call and talk through what your needs are, 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990 or AmericanEnergyAir.com.
Call 916-520-9990 now.
We bleed black and purple. It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on your local sports leader, Sactown Sports.
Jay Mars is doing afternoons, today and Thursday?
Correct.
But he'll be back tomorrow and Friday?
Correct.
But you'll be gone Friday.
Correct.
And then we will all be back, I think. Well, who the hell knows?
Yeah.
But I will be gone next Friday. I'm taking the old birthday off.
Oh, nice.
And then,
happy birthday. Happy, celebrity birthday. I know the number.
You good there?
I think I know the number.
You write it down. It better have a 3 at the start.
20.
That is correct. When's your birthday, Mitch?
January 30th. It's the start of the worst month of the year.
Today is? Mitch hates August.
No, January 30th.
Oh,
January 30th. Yeah.
Hey, hold on,
But,
Mitch.
February.
Hey, Mitch, hold on a second. So I just passed you. Yeah, Jason. So that number that you just circled, just want to remind you of something.
Yeah.
I was the kid that you promised could come in if the Kings ever made the playoffs.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, that was you.
I know.
Yeah, I was the kid.
Yeah.
Not a kid anymore.
Yeah.
Anyways, Mitch, go ahead.
Yeah, well, February is definitely the worst month.
You just flush
February
the
and
toilet,
July.
Mitch? Is that a toilet?
No.
Oh,
I was moving a box.
Oh,
yeah.
you used to do that back in the day.
You don't have to go to the doctor. Your ears are fine. You don't have to worry about that. There's always something else to worry about, but it's not here. That's for sure.
Mm-hmm.
What?
Yeah. I hear you, Mitch. Kyle just got Mitch off.
Oh.
What was that? What? What do you do? Kyle.
I thought the call was done, right?
The executioner.
No, that was the foreplay.
We had another 45 minutes.
We hadn't gotten in. Who are you, Jay?
Yes.
Jeez. Is he doing a bit?
I don't know.
Are you doing a bit?
That was in your headset.
No, I know, but I mean, are you doing a bit? Yes or no?
Depends.
Mm-hmm. You're doing a bit.
All bits are really just blending the line between reality and fiction.
Mm-hmm. All right. Sorry, Mitch. Kyle cut you off. It's not my fault. Don't blame me. Love you. See you tomorrow. I'm thrown. The Cowboys.
How about them Cowboys?
They've been 12-5. The Cowboys. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, the Cowboys seem like they're just like jury duty. They're there, and
then they get eliminated by the Niners
every year, right?
Last 2 years, which has got to kill them.
It really does.
Why are you laughing so much that you enjoy that?
Because I haven't thought about it in a long time. I haven't thought about it in months, but it's still maybe the funniest thing I've ever seen on a football field.
Which one? Oh,
hey,
no.
Hey, defensive line. I'm Zeke Elliott. I'm going to block all of you.
Well,
he just got pancaked. Oh, that's how they ended up.
Hey, Zeke, your last play as a Cowboy.
Right,
go ahead and block Bosa, Armstead.
Oh my God. He was like Wile E. Coyote.
If that had held up, that play was going to be a gem. Plays like that, Dave, are what Coach McCarthy now is going to be calling.
Remember when guy get run over by like a steamroller,
and he went through the steam. He was still like flattened.
Right, be like an accordion. That was Zeke. Oh God, I hadn't thought about that play in a long time. It still may be the funniest.
Which is the worst ending? That one or the year before, where they had the ball and they couldn't spike it in time.
Honest to God,
both of them.
If there were Oscar ESPYs for them, they'd both be nominated.
And the ESPYs,
just the dumbest end of season, dumbest way to end a season. How will they do it this year?
A double doink.
There you go.
I mean, honestly, but at least that's like, oh, you missed. Like the other two were just flat incompetence.
Yeah.
Where it's like something you'd see where like a Madden winner gets to call the final play or something. and what's also funny about it is I also picture the Cowboy fans.
Oh, I'm sure they took that well.
Yeah. Well, because, look, it's clockwork for Cowboy fan. All right. Them boys. Then they go, 12-5. Oh, them boys.
Yeah.
And then they get to the playoffs. And, oh, them boys. And then, they sleep it off.
Right.
And then they're back. They're going to be back. Oh, this year, Dak's out.
But I do think they're going to be pretty good.
Oh, I think they will, too.
Yeah.
You know what I think they're going to be? 11-6, 12-5.
Okay. But that could be enough to win a Super Bowl. It may not sound like a sexy win-loss record. It's not bad.
No, look, the Dallas Cowboys are a very cute regular season.
Wow.
No, I'm saying it's cute what they do. Like would you rather win almost all your regular season games and give your fans 11 or 12 times a year where they're just super excited, or like a playoff game in the Super Bowl?
Super Bowl.
Okay, of course.
Yeah. But they're waiting on that. Yeah. At some point, teams break through. We're just talking about the Bills. The Bills are
right,
but the Bills aren't treated like the Cowboys because the Cowboys are on every, and it's Jerry Jones too. They get mentioned all the time. And is this going to be Dak's best year? And,
yeah.
Is it ready for full-time Pollard now that Zeke's gone, and trading for Brandon Cooks? These are all good things that they did, but they just have always gotten a lot of attention, extra attention.
Yeah, they have, because they're America's team.
Sure.
And which is weird to me also, because does America have this history of coming up short when it counts constantly year after year? Is that a thing? Because that's where they are. Dave, that sounds like every team. Let fans be fans. I'm letting them be fans. Who's preventing Cowboy fan from being Cowboy fan?
They're going to be Cowboy fans.
Do your thing. As I spit Nutri-Grain bar all over the place. Do your thing. Look, I feel for the Bills fans.
Mm-hmm. But you don't feel for the Cowboy fans.
No, I don't feel for Cowboy fans.
Honestly, why, though? I think I know the difference. Why do you feel that way? You have a history with the Cowboys. You don't really have a history with the Bills. As a Niner fan, you want to beat the Cowboys, and they've beaten you in the 90s, right? And other times.
Absolutely. There's a long history with Cowboys as a Niner fan, but it's also the fan base.
Yeah.
Bills fans are like your uncle that dropped out of high school that just shows up and gets wasted at every holiday event. And you're like, all right, it's a little over the top.
Yeah.
But you know what?
He's got good this holiday.
Yeah. And he's got a great heart.
Yeah.
And his job sucks. And this is his chance to shine.
He's making the most out of his life.
And you feel great about it. Yeah. Okay. Cowboy fans are like the other uncle that show up to every holiday, and that they're actually worse off than your other uncle, but they tell you about how they're upside down on their mortgage.
Yeah.
They're $90,000 into credit card debt because they've got to drive that latest greatest vehicle. They're all show. They got to tell you about it too. They corner you. God forbid you say anything like, "How's it going?"
Yeah.
And then
they're Will Ferrell's brother and stepbrother, his real brother.
Yes,
that family.
Yes, that's exactly the whole thing. They're Cowboy fans are the ones singing the a cappella "Sweet Child of Mine" in the car, getting mad when one person's off key.
Pitchy.
And it's all style,
yeah,
and no substance. But they want to make sure you know about it.
Yeah, and I think there's been years where they really haven't been the team at all, and I think they've got a squad.
They do have a squad. I mean, look,
but we're going to have to hear about it when they lose their first game or when they're on a 5-game win streak. But that's the way that works with them.
And not for nothing, people might forget. I picked them to win the Super Bowl.
I remember that.
Yeah, I know you remember.
Yeah, and I was thinking about this earlier when we talked about the Denver Nuggets, for example. He said the Kings are your team. Obviously, you're for the Kings, number one priority. Once they get eliminated, there might be a team you pick. You would never have Dallas as your team.
No, God, no. No, it's out of respect. Look, DeMarcus Lawrence. Oh, wait a minute. That's the DeMarcus I was thinking about yesterday.
You said that.
When I said 27. I was thinking that you said DeMarcus. Yeah, I was thinking DeMarcus Lawrence. DeMarcus Lawrence is awesome. Micah Parsons is just such an absolute stud. I love Jabril Cox. And Trayvon Diggs, brother of Stephon. This is a really good squad.
It is.
But unfortunately, their boss is Jerry Jones.
Right.
And until Jerry Jones, one of two things is going to happen. They're going to back into a title somehow, some way, they'll, which I don't believe will happen. Or Jerry Jones is going to move on one way or the other. And and I think I'm preaching in all, I like having fun. In all seriousness, not every Cowboy fan's like that. I know a lot of Cowboy fans that are lifelong Cowboy fans that are not in your face. They're a very loyal, very vocal, very, very good at traveling fan base. Arguably the best. I mean, it's, Packers, Steelers, Cowboys, you could trickle in a Raiders or, and a couple other teams, but the Cowboys are the top three. But I think most sane Cowboy fans probably agree with at least part of what I'm saying about Jerry Jones.
Yeah, it'd be tough to see him win a Super Bowl.
Really
another
tough.
one.
Yeah. Well, and Jerry Jones is the George Seifert of owners. God bless George Seifert, but that's Bill Walsh's title.
Yeah.
And not completely. He had to do some things. It's like he's Jerry Jones is the George Seifert of Barry Switzer's. And it's the same thing with Switzer. Like that was Jimmy Johnson was the architect. Jimmy Johnson did the whole thing, and Jerry Jones was new and knew enough to let his college roommate do his thing and sign the checks. And then he thought he was bigger than Jimmy Johnson. Jimmy leaves, and ever since, that's it. 1 year it will be different, but I do not believe that this is the year. 11 players on each side. That's a total of 22. That's one too many if you want to give one flavor of Fire Wings to each and every player that starts, by the way, on offense and defense, but that's fine. 21 different players. Nope, 21 different flavors. You know what? Fire Wings make the playoffs each and every year. Don't forget, tomorrow is Wings Day Wednesday. 88-cent wings, a dip, a flavor, bone in, 10-piece every Wednesday, but you don't have to wait till then. You don't. Go in today. I wouldn't say go in right now, but go in today. Get yourself some Fire Wings. Order them. Order them now at firewings.com. Have them picked up lunch, afternoon, dinner, whatever. You don't have to worry about it. Think about it. Whatever's going to happen today with that meeting, you got that Zoom call, you got to make that move, get talked to by the boss, turn in your TPS reports. I don't know. Isn't that just one thing off your shoulders? Hey, I know what I'm going to eat tonight, and I am going to look forward to it all day long. Go to firewings.com. Find the location nearest you. Tell them Carmichael Dave sent you. Fire Wings. Just wing it when we get back. The U.S. women's team played Portugal, and they were inches away from coming home way before they wanted to, and why some of the media is being a little weird about last night. We'll explain next.
Jimmy G and the Raiders take on the 49ers Sunday, August 13th from Allegiant Stadium in Vegas. And Sactown Sports has all your coverage.
Kyle's offense versus Josh's offense, just different mindset behind it. So I think revamping the mind like that is the first step, and then just relearning the language. Basically like going Spanish to French, something like that.
The voice of the Niners, Greg Papa, has the kickoff at 1 p.m. on Sactown Sports.
Your home for the 49ers.
Relive racing history with hundreds of historic race cars at the Rolex Monterey Motorsports Reunion, August 16 to 19. Hundreds of the best, from the high-revving Formula One Ferraris and Lotuses to the ground-pounding thunder of the Cobras and Corvettes. Meet legendary drivers, indulge in delicious food and refreshing beverages, and take a spin on the Ferris wheel or go-kart to add to the family experience. VIP hospitality passes to the Legends Club are still available. Buy your tickets now at WeatherTechRaceway.com.
Get ready for a night with Cole Swindell. The 2023 ACM Song of the Year winner hits Hard Health Park at Cal Expo in Sacramento, Saturday, September 9th for the CITP2 Fest. And Cole's bringing some friends like Chris Jansen, Dylan Scott, Matt Stell, and more. Tickets start at $40 at CITPFest.com.
At Fisher Investments, our clients know we have their backs.
How do your clients know that?
Because Fisher Investments is a fiduciary, the highest standard for a financial advisor. It means we're there for our clients and always put their interests first.
So wait, you do it because you have to?
No, we do it because it's the right thing to do. Our clients trust us with their retirement savings, and we know how important that responsibility is. So we take the time to really get to know them.
Get to know them how?
We make sure we understand their unique goals, finances, health, family, and lifestyle so we can tailor their portfolio to their specific needs. Our goal is to help them achieve a comfortable retirement.
Sounds like a big responsibility. You must make big commissions then, right?
No, we don't sell commission-based products. We have one single transparent fee that's structured so we do better when our clients do better. Visit FisherInvestments.com to find out why investors like you are switching to us. Fisher Investments, clearly different money management.
Investing in securities involves the risk of loss.
Sactown Sports.
Headlines.
Good morning, Sacramento. My name is Kyle Ledbetter, and these are your Sactown Sports headlines. Early this morning, the United States women's national soccer team secured a 0-0 draw against Portugal in their third group stage match at the Women's World Cup. The disappointing result means the United States will finish second place in their group behind Netherlands. However, they will still advance to the knockout round and face very likely Sweden in the round of 16. The MLB trade deadline is today. Here's the latest news. The San Francisco Giants are acquiring AJ Pollock and a minor leaguer from the Seattle Mariners. Meanwhile, the Oakland A's are trading Sam Maul to the Cincinnati Reds and Jace Peterson to the Arizona Diamondbacks. They are getting a minor league pitcher in return in both of those trades. If you miss any of today's show, you can listen to all 4 hours on our podcast and YouTube feeds right now at SactownSports.com. Those are your headlines. Let's return to the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Carmichael Dave.
He has very good sources, and he just kind of tells it as it is and gets to the point.
Jason Ross.
He has a lot of pretty smart things to say. He's good at what he does.
On Sactown Sports.
Welcome back. Dave, Jason, Kyle, all the way until 10 a.m. Whitey Watkins.
Yes.
A little crosstalk. A little celebrity birthdays brought to you by Crumble Cookie.
Yep.
Hey, Mitch.
Hey, guys. I'm still talking. I didn't hear you hang up.
No, that was Kyle. He accidentally hung up on you.
It's all right. He's a rookie.
He is a rookie, exactly.
Just two things. August the best. August with the coming college ball and the playoffs. Yeah, I know USC is going to be a swan year. They can win it all. They'll get a second Heisman. And then what do you think about Bosa and Bosa? The Chargers. They definitely beat that curse. And thanks for taking my call.
Thank you, buddy. Bosa and Bosa. What are we doing here?
Yeah.
What is it? Because doesn't one play for the Niners, I thought?
One does.
Could have sworn. Where do I want to go? I know we're going to the women here, World Cup. I want to find the Lloyd quote. I know we have it. So here, first off, a lot of people stayed up until midnight and beyond, 3 a.m. on the East Coast, to watch soccer.
Yeah.
And I said before, there's always going to be, whenever something like this happens, there's a big hype train. And you have the Women's World Cup, Lionel Messi, and then the Men's World Cup coming here in a couple years. Great time for soccer in this country for the growth. And so guarantee you got a handful of bros that stayed up last night till midnight with their case of Natty Light or whatever. They're watching this match. They're super excited, and it's 0-0.
Right.
And so they're hungover and tired today at the old water cooler, which doesn't exist, but whatever. This is stupid. They can't score. It's boring. And I'm not saying they're necessarily wrong about last night, but what did end up, here's what you need to know. It was a 0-0 draw.
Mm-hmm.
There was a shot in extra time that hit the post that was inches away from going in. Had it gone in for Portugal,
yeah,
the U.S. women would be crashed out of the tournament, and it would be all hell breaks loose.
Exactly. I mean, they're the heavy favorites. It was
Yes.
the first time they hadn't advanced in a long time. So, yeah.
Now, in this case, they do move out of the group. They did not win the group. They do move out of the group with, I think, 5 points. It was a win and 2 draws. The win was against Vietnam. And now they will, I believe, take on Sweden.
Most likely, yeah.
Most likely. Sweden needs, I think, 1 point from their game in which they're heavily favored. So, which could be a draw. So, a disappointing group for the U.S. women.
And I think they would say that.
I 100% believe they'd say that. So, here's where the controversy happened. So, after the game, there were players from the U.S. women's national team seen smiling, laughing, dancing, taking selfies with people and fans in the stands and all that. And a conversation broke out about, look, you want to respect your fans that made the trip. But this is ridiculous. Like, dude, you should be really, really disappointed and sad right now. And then there's the counter side, which was, yeah, game's over, match is over. This is the same argument as when you see in the NBA, like two players shaking hands and hugging after the game. You're getting much ado about nothing. And then there's the third side, which is like, let them have fun, which I also don't. I don't agree. I don't agree with the extremes. I do really think there's somewhere in the middle here. I don't like seeing players after a really disappointing result. I don't like seeing them smile, laugh, dance, taking selfies. I don't want them doing that. I do want them pissed. But at the same time, I don't think any of that is going to prevent them from performing in the next match. I don't think it speaks to their focus or work ethic either. I think it's somewhere in the middle, and I don't want to treat them, by the way, I also don't want to treat them any differently because they're women.
Right.
That is the ultimate equality. Is like, look, if I don't like something they did, I want to break it down the same way I would for the men's team, same way. And I think to not do that, look, there's the misogyny of like, oh, laundry and kitchen and all the old tired misogyny. And then there's like the new veiled misogyny where it's like, oh, you know what? They tried. I think that's insulting as hell to them.
Sure.
These are not.
Of course they tried.
Thank you.
Yeah.
These are not women
They're
athletes.
professionals.
They're professional athletes that should be treated exactly the same, good and bad, as anyone else. And I think to do otherwise is like just the dumbest form of condescension.
Yeah.
And I won't disrespect them like that.
Yeah, I mean, this is a world-class team that I don't think had a great first grouping, right? I mean, they were favored to come out of their pairing here. The group that they were in, they didn't as the top team. Now they are the second team. They get to go through. That's the most important thing. And maybe they still have their best soccer ahead of them. That's what we hope.
Sure.
But on I guess of all the things, I feel like there needs to be a little bit more, I don't know if it's detail or whatever, backstory to some of it. So, for example, like some of the pictures they're showing, to me, I think the one part that would maybe be the most bothersome is the dancing. Like there was a couple of people that were dancing. Like I feel like, okay, I'm in a match. I competed. I battled. I'm spent. I'm a little frustrated. But my aunt came here from, all the way out here. Like I'm going to take a picture of them. Thank you. I haven't seen you because I've been locked in. We've stayed away, but here you're at the match. It's over. Chance to spend 10 minutes with you. Hello. I'm going to take pictures with you.
Yeah.
But I'm also like, are you in a little bit of a mood? Like, yeah, I don't feel like dancing. We didn't win.
Right.
So that's the one. I mean, now is it a deal breaker?
No.
But, and
it's
I don't
a bad look.
Yeah. I don't think it's going to have any impact on the next game they have.
No.
Like none. But,
look, if the Kings had lost game 6 and they're going to game 7 against the Warriors, and after the game, De'Aaron Fox and Domantas Sabonis are dancing in the stands and taking selfies, I got a problem with that.
Right.
Now, is it one of those dumb sports fan problems? Probably.
Yeah.
It's still a bad, stupid look.
Yeah.
And we weren't the only ones, that to feel that way.
Yeah. See, this is where I would trust someone like this far more than what we had.
Here's soccer great Alex Morgan.
I mean, this team gave everything. We just didn't put the ball in the back of the net. And in the last few minutes, we just had to hold it down. We had to get the result and move on. And now we look forward. Players came in and really helped that starting squad. So I feel like we had so many game changers coming in, making a difference. And it's not the result we wanted, but we move forward.
It seems like the team, for whatever reason, you can't score, but that's not because you're not creating chances. Have you been able to put your finger on why that's happening?
It's just not going in the back of the net,
Okay, so there's a player talking about the game. Here's a former player, another great, Carly Lloyd.
Yes.
Talking about this on the Fox Soccer podium here. Sorry.
We should be expecting to see from a team that survived Portugal and survived.
Let me get, by the way, context just for you real quick. That's Rob Stone talking. This is what you're seeing and not hearing. What you're hearing, and not seeing is the B-roll of the players taking selfies and smiling and dancing. So anyways, here's Rob and then Carly Lloyd.
We should be expecting to see from a team that survived Portugal and survive to get to the round of 16. I appreciate them taking care of the fans, but let me tell you, Carly Lloyd's butt would be back in the locker room kicking things, throwing things.
I have never witnessed, and just seeing these images for the first time right now on the desk, I've never witnessed something like that. There's a difference between being respectful of the fans and saying hello to your family, but to be dancing, to be smiling. I mean, the player of the match was that post. You were lucky to not be going home right now.
Well, there's the
different perspective,
and
right?
And that to me is the most important perspective.
Yeah.
That's somebody who
played with a lot of them.
Yep.
Yeah.
And you know what? Again, and this is where sports are so amazing, because so much of today's coverage nationally is going to be about the women's national team, when really it should be this is the national team. They happen to be women. They happen to be women, but these are professional athletes. And you know who else would say that? Kobe Bryant, late great Kobe Bryant, Michael Jordan. A lot of these folks, a lot of these quote old heads, imagine what they'd be saying and have already said, by the way.
Yeah.
And then you have the general argument of like, oh, old head, it's like the unwritten rules in baseball, blah, blah, blah. I guarantee you, if you're on social media today, which you shouldn't be, you're going to see that counterculture take, especially in soccer, which is the most counterculture of all in the United States. You're going to see. So what's wrong with them taking selfies? What's wrong? And I said this earlier, Jason, this is what I hope. This is what I truly, truly hope. I hope for the next, I don't know how long it is till the next game, a couple days. I hope the next 48 hours they just get trashed by the American media. I mean, trashed, like called out, completely trashed. I almost want it to be like, I don't want it to be over the top, but I want it to be like near the top before it goes over. Just, this is loser mentality. This is embarrassing. You've embarrassed your country. This is, go for it. Because, as I explained earlier, there is no bigger power in sports than us against the world.
Mm-hmm.
And I want them to then come out against Sweden, because it does seem like they need a kick in the ass.
Yeah.
I want them to come out against Sweden and I want them to beat Sweden so bad that they have to what is it Sweden does? Is it chocolate or banks? I forget. Switzerland, the
chocolate
banks? Chocolate banks. They have to ban chocolate and bank. I want them to beat Sweden so bad that Sweden has to apologize nationally and then change their country name to
they don't get the meatballs anymore.
Swedish meatballs no longer.
Yeah.
Wait, Switzerland's Swiss, right?
Yes.
Swedish. They have to rename the fish USA fish. No more Swedish fish. I want and then I want the ladies, after their 12-1 drubbing of Sweden, I want them to go, oh yeah, maybe if we had taken one less selfie, we would have beaten them 13-1. That's what I want.
Maybe you're going to get it.
I hope so.
They need to play better soccer.
Media, trash the U.S. women's team today. Trash them for nothing. Motivate them. Let's go, and let's bring that cut back. We'll take a break. When we come back, who's hot, who's not, and so much more with Kyle coming up right after this.
It's Whitey and Watkins on Sactown Sports.
Pike 916 on the YouTube chat. Watkins Wet Blanket Wednesdays.
We can do it. Why not? Let's do it.
What is that, Pike?
We should come up with something and see how Chris can see the downside of something.
Oh my God, that is great.
Chris, what do you think of ice cream cones?
But not today. You see that for Wet Blanket Wednesday.
Yeah, that's for Wet Blanket Wednesday. But I will say those tiny ice cream cones, like the wafer ones, terrible.
It's Whitey and Watkins from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. on Sactown Sports.
Wells Fargo gives you access to direct deposit funds up to 2 days early.
Plus, if you look at the X and Y axis,
what if everything came 2 days early? Like the weekend.
That was a pleasant surprise.
You can't get everything early, but when it comes to direct deposits, you can with Wells Fargo.
Visit wellsfargo.com/get-early to learn more. Terms and conditions apply. Not all direct deposits are eligible. Early availability is not guaranteed and may vary between deposits from the same payer. Wells Fargo Bank N.A., member FDIC.
Mosley Collins Injury Lawyers present the 6th Annual All-American Rib Cook-Off, Saturday, August 12th at Recreation Park in Auburn. Now a Kansas City Barbecue Society-sanctioned competition. Get your rib ticket at allamericanribcookoff.com and enjoy live music, the Kids Zone, and more. Thanks to Auburn Toyota, Sacramento County Sheriff's Department, and Foothill Paint and Drywall. Proceeds help Crime Victims United and other local charities. Tickets are limited, so get yours now at allamericanribcookoff.com.
Cowboy boots are more than functional. They're works of art. At Boot Barn,
We see a cowboy boot not only as a symbol of the West, but also as a unique masterpiece. Corral designs their boots with artistry in mind. From striking laser-cut inlays to Western embroidery, their handcrafted boots are dedicated to artistic craftsmanship for cowboy boots made to be worn and collected. Corral Boots at Boot Barn.
Hello, Sacramento. Doug Christie here, and I have something to share. Recently, I asked myself to determine the one most indispensable thing I use to do my job, the one I couldn't do without. The winner, forget the phone, which I live on, and the video editor, which makes my life understandable. The winner was the Good Feet 3-step arch support system. Yes, the one I tell you about each week keeps me going comfortably supported, pain relief, and vital. So it strikes me that if Good Feet is the most important go-to tool to relieve pain or just keep me going, shouldn't you give it a try? I think so. Come to the Good Feet store today for a free, no obligation arch support fitting, then take them for a test walk. Experience the comfort, balance, and support of the Good Feet 3-step arch support system. Good Feet in Sacramento, Roseville, Stockton, Modesto, and now Vacaville. Online at goodfeet.com.
What's hot and what's not. Brought to you by American Energy Heat and Air, making the uncomfortable comfortable. Head to AmericanEnergyAir.com to find out more.
What's hot?
Yeah, hot. Real hot. And what's not?
It's not good. Brought to you by American Energy Heating and Air, Sacramento's complete heating and cooling company and second opinion partner.
That's right. It is time for Who's Hot and Who's Not. So, Kyle, what do you have for us today?
Who's hot?
Yeah, who's hot?
The Las Vegas Aces are hot right now. So everyone who has at least some peripheral knowledge of the WNBA knows that the Las Vegas Aces are dominating the sport. They're 23-2.
They're stacked, loaded.
Yes, but just how dominant are they? I've got stats here for you.
How dominant are they?
So these are the point differential numbers through 25 games in the WNBA right now. Fourth place is the Dallas Wings at plus 90. So they've outscored their opponents by 90 points. Mm-hmm. Then the Connecticut Sun are plus 125. Second place, New York Liberty, plus 152. And then number one, the Las Vegas Aces at plus 380.
Wow.
Which is almost 200, or is exactly 228 points more than the next closest team in the league.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, domination.
By the way, sorry about that. I was cornered by our two big bosses just now, who I forgot I was on the radio.
Oh,
yeah, that was neat.
Okay,
they say hi.
Hi.
They say, hey, how you doing? Thought I was wearing cool shoes today. It's good to know. I'll live off that compliment the rest of the day.
Okay,
who's not?
Who's not?
Who is
it's
not?
The Oakland A's.
I mean, that's like,
Kyle loves to.
Talk about kicking when they're down. They are permanently not hot.
Yeah, but this is the only recourse we have is public shame. Publicly shaming the team and the ownership.
Can we, from now on, I'd like to propose something. From now on, when speaking about the A's negatively, shouldn't we just substitute John Fisher? Because I feel like we're talking about the players and the fans.
Yeah.
On the field, the John Fishers.
Okay.
I don't know. Go ahead. The A's.
It's
like
the Oakland A's. More like the Triple A's.
Yeah.
Ha, ha, ha.
No. It's mean. Why aren't they hot?
So they're going to get swept by the Dodgers this week.
It hasn't even happened.
But probably right. Okay.
And they're playing at Chavez Ravine. Very lovely ballpark down there, I will say, for someone who doesn't like the Dodgers.
Chavez Latrine? Yeah. You like that ballpark?
You went. You liked it?
I did. That was fun.
Okay.
The Dodger Dogs overrated as hell. Honest, like no joke. This might be the big, we were talking about inequality. You want inequality? Well, I guess this would be incongruence. Dude, the biggest disparity in food history is the Dodger dog, which is what, like $7, and the Costco dog, which is like $1.50 with a soda.
Yeah.
The Costco dog it's not better than the Dodger dog. It's not, it runs like they're not even the same food. Like the Costco dog is a billion times better in every way. All the Dodger dog is just a long floppy dog. That's all. It comes out of both sides of the bun. Everyone's like, oh my God, the dog's so big. It sucks. It was such a disappointment. Costco dog, nice snap, hot insides, tastes great, beautiful warm bun.
But you can't watch baseball.
No, but they have these amazing pop-up mosquito nets, though. They're on sale right now.
And I can get tires.
Yeah, I can travel.
Yeah.
I can buy a ring.
Yeah.
I bet I could get tires at Dodger Stadium if I asked around.
I'm sure you could get
How about a gazebo?
Yeah, can't get that. Big gazebo. Sashimi salmon.
Yeah. And all the detergent you'll need for the rest of your life.
That's my biggest problem with those. Like we're Sam's Club people. We roll there. That's like our monthly bonding, my wife and I. We go there. We have a dog at 10:30 in the morning, hang out. So it really is one of those married couple things. But then it's like there's so much stuff there it's so weird. For example, they only have one flavor of Triscuit.
Mm-hmm.
And you got to buy the box of Triscuit that will last you 7 years.
Yeah.
Where's the smoked Gouda? Where's the black pepper? Where's the olive oil?
Not an option.
Where's the cilantro?
Yeah.
None of those.
It's not what they do.
Huh?
It's not what they do.
Not what they do.
Yeah.
Black pepper Triscuits are great.
They're the best. Black pepper Triscuits followed by the Gouda Triscuits. It's just inarguable. Those are the two best Triscuits. Secondly, I'm never going to use that much nacho cheese. But if you want to
you buy it.
Here's the thing. I'm speaking directly to Jonathan Costco or Sam Walton. If you want to make a little bit of extra money, what you need to do is next to the giant can of nacho cheese, which is adjacent to the giant can of country gravy that I always want to buy, you need to sell a couple of squirt bottles and a lid, because I would constantly in my house have a supply of nacho cheese and country gravy in cans.
Yeah, if it was smaller.
Yeah. I can't store it. And don't tell me to put it in Tupperware and freeze it. I'm not doing all that crap. Just give me a lid that fits on top of the can.
Right.
So I can put it in the back of the fridge and then, hey, I'm hungry today. Here's some nacho cheese, or here's some instant biscuits from the 12-pack I got of Pillsbury.
I just need gravy. Wait, I have it.
By the way, I have gravy. And yes, I understand that there's, store owners and stuff that go out and buy stuff there, but make some for the little guy. I don't need 5 gallons of Pine Sol. One will do.
So you want the stadium squirt bottles of mustard and ketchup and relish, but for your nacho cheese? That's what you're saying? You want a 3-pack of those stadium squirt bottles?
Yeah.
I'm not here to say that I haven't researched it and that Amazon does carry them. And they plug into the wall, and it keeps it warm. You can put gravy in there. The problem is that the gravy has little sausage chunks, and it might stop it up.
Yeah.
But you 100% could put nacho cheese in there. I'm all for it. What almost hit buy it now on Amazon. Here's the problem: can't keep it in there indefinitely, and you have to clean it, and it's a bee to clean. But I was
might be worth it.
This close in my garage. For my birthday, I told my wife, let me get a soda fountain and let me get a nacho cheese squirty. No to both. Also, no to the soft serve machine.
Well, it's not your birthday yet.
Just go down to the Costco at Chavez Ravine. You can get one.
I'm not getting that for my birthday. You know what I'm getting? I'm getting a shirt that's in this house, we love our dad.
Hey, do we ever get who's not?
Who's not? Oh, the A's.
Yeah, but
why?
Yeah, why?
So we said they're going to get swept by the Dodgers.
You said that.
At the Costco warehouse that the Dodgers play at. But in the event that they do happen to win 2 of the games in this series, do you guys know the last time the Oakland A's won a series at Dodger Stadium Costco?
Was it
the World Series?
Yeah, was it the World? Yeah, was it the
Which World Series?
I don't know. No,
I don't know. Yeah, that's true. They did. Oh, yeah, Kirk Gibson. I'm going to say no. Hold on.
2004.
I was going to say 2016.
Okay.
So the last time they won a series at Dodger Stadium Costco was they won the 3rd game 6-0 on June 11th, 2000.
Hey, Jason Ross.
Which, for those keeping track at home, a year before I was born.
literally no one was keeping track of that. You know what would be fun? We should go to Sam's Club someday, you and I.
Okay.
I think that would be a fun
I go
thing.
down every aisle.
I do too.
Yeah.
Even the ones I know I'm not going to buy anything.
It's like, here's where the wrenches and tires and
Just
lights are.
wanna
I'm
see
like,
it.
yeah, but there might be something there.
Couple times
I might need that paper shredder.
I did that.
Yeah.
And thank God I did, because if I hadn't, I would have missed the box of disposable rags. Right?
Yeah.
Why do you need disposable rags? Well, I don't like to use paper towels all the time. So sometimes if I'm dusting, I got to wipe off the fridge or something. Disposable blue rags.
Yeah.
They're like Kleenex.
Perfect.
Yeah. Not good for blowing your nose though.
Okay.
They're a little rough on the old nostril. We'll take a break. Oh no, wait. Are we early for the break? Can I take a break? What am I doing here?
Your choice. We got a minute, or we can go to break early.
Well, here's what we got next. Niners at 9.
Yes, we do.
And we have some numbers from yesterday. First day of pads.
No. What's that mean?
Yeah, what does all that mean? Emil Fragoso and friends were all down there. You can check out their latest at sactownsports.com. Also, I would invite you, if you're not already following the Sactown Sports Twitter account, do so and follow Emil. Follow those folks. Follow Brian, our boss, because he oftentimes has stuff too down there. And Emil always does I love it, his little walk and talk, selfie wrap up coming out of the stadium and all that, just breaking down the day.
Hey, we wrote about the Niners too on Sactown Sports.
We did.
Yeah.
Thank you. Good plug. We wrote about it, except they messed mine up a little bit. I think.
What do you mean?
Well, so I think it's not really their fault. I write in a very sarcastic style usually, and I think that Joe, our
you wanted silly font.
It wasn't that I wanted silly font. It was the like, what are you most worried about or paying attention to? Yeah,
it was non-quarterback story.
Right, non-quarterback stories. So it was like number 1, I don't know, number 2, number 3.
You had a list.
Yeah, and then, well, I also made a mistake. I also thought that was for a different assignment.
Oh.
Yeah. So I ended up writing a whole column.
I was to say yours was
mine
was
you guys all had a paragraph.
Yeah.
I had a book, but I thought it was something different, so I don't really get credit. But it was number 1, number 2, number 3, and then I wrote number like 5,478 was Nick Bosa's contract. Like, I'm not worried about it. They're going to sign. That was my point.
That was my number 1.
Well, Joe changed it to number 4. So instead of me going, what? But the whole point of the 5,400 was
you
like,
weren't worried.
That's how far down the list of worries it was. I was making a ha-ha, but I think he just thought I like fell asleep with my face at the keyboard. Either way, check it out at Sactownsports.com.
I was one to know.
So counting right now, Whitey Gleason had 6 sentences, Jason had 7, and Dave had, I think, 18, I want to say.
I mean, what are you going to do?
Mine was one long run on.
Yeah, I was going to. Yeah, I am very, 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 very. That's how we do our assignments here. Niners at 9 next.
The Kings are running it back.
Hammers it off the dribble against Gobert, and he was fouled. Oh, my, what a take that time by Domantas Sabonis. And eludes Gobert. That's strong. 2-hand flush off the dribble, thrown down by Trey Lyles.
And welcoming some new faces.
Yes, I love this. Toby Jones with 2 more. Now they go to Duarte in the corner for 3, and he rains it down.
Keep it locked on Sactown Sports at sactownsports.com for the latest Kings news.
All new spring deals are here at Lowe's. Start planting your garden this weekend with Bonnie 11.8-ounce vegetables. Buy 4 for $10. Plus, liven up your patios and decks with fresh blooms. Select 1.5-gallon hanging baskets or 2 for $20. Lowe's knows spring. Lowe's knows home improvement. Offers valid through 5/17. In-store only. Actual plant size and selection varies by location. While supplies last, excludes Alaska and Hawaii.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave, and I recognize, just like my friends at American Energy Heat and Air, that your time is important. And that's why shopping for a new air conditioner is now easier with American Energy Heat and Air's online quoting tool. All you have to do is go to AmericanEnergyAir.com and get an instant quote right now. It'll help you determine what system you're going to need to get. It'll provide the best pricing options, all from the comfort of your home without having to have somebody come to your home. You know how annoying that is? They come in and, and everybody there is so sweet and nice, but how much better is it to be able to get it on demand? Visit AmericanEnergyAir.com. Check out how easy it can be. Or if you want to give them a call and talk through what your needs are, 916-520-9990. That's 916 520-9990 or AmericanEnergyAir.com.
Call 916-520-9990 now.
You could throw your flip-flop at a bug. Ew, a bug, get it. But the chances of actually hitting it, over there, are statistically, it's still alive. Unlikely. Good thing nature's got your back. Stem bug killers combine powerful active ingredients found in plants like lemongrass and geraniol and scientifically engineer them into effective bug-fighting formulas, safe for use as directed around people, pets, and throughout the home. Stem, rooted in nature, optimized by science.
You know that Big Bargain detergent jug is 85% water, right?
85% water? I thought I was getting a better deal because it's so big.
If you want a better clean, Tide Pods are only 12% water. The rest is pure concentrated cleaning ingredients.
Ooh, pass me the intercom thingy.
Attention shoppers, if you want a real deal, try Tide Pods.
Don't pay for water, pay for clean. If it's got to be clean, it's got to be Tide Pods.
Water content based on the leading bargain liquid detergent.
Get ready for a night with Cole Swindell. The 2023 ACM Song of the Year winner hits Heart Health Park at Cal Expo in Sacramento, Saturday, September 9th for the CITP2 Fest. And Cole's bringing some friends like Chris Chanson, Dylan Scott, Matt Stell, and more. Tickets start at $40 at CITPFest.com.
KHTKAM Sacramento, KYMX HD2 Sacramento. From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios, your flagship station for the Beam Team.
Should we light the beam? Light the beam, baby.
Sactown Sports. Sactown Sports.
Headlines. Good morning, Sacramento. My name is Kyle Ledbetter, and these are your Sactown Sports headlines. Early this morning, the United States women's national soccer team secured a 0-0 draw against Portugal in their third group stage match at the Women's World Cup. The disappointing result means the United States will finish second place in the group behind Netherlands. However, they still advance to the knockout round and face very likely Sweden in the round of 16. MLB trade deadline is today at 3 p.m. Here's the latest news. The San Francisco Giants have acquired AJ Pollock and a minor leaguer from the Seattle Mariners. The Oakland A's are trading Sam Maul to the Cincinnati Reds and Jace Peterson to the Arizona Diamondbacks. They're getting a minor league pitcher in both of those trades. If you missed any of today's show, you can listen to all 4 hours on our podcast and YouTube feeds up right now at SactownSports.com. Those are your headlines. It's time for the final hour of the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone, and then boom.
With Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sactown Sports.
Yep. Welcome back. Saw Whitey Gleason on the way out.
He was on the way out?
On the way, I was on the way down.
Oh,
He was on the way. He said, hey. I go, hey, how are you? And then we did the small talk thing again, and I was like, oh, God, we are past that. Like, why are we I always initiate it, though. Yeah. I don't know when somebody says, hey, I guess I could just say, hey, back, but it just seems weird.
So what'd you offer up?
Oh, well, I said, how are you?
Oh, well.
He's like, fine. And then he throws
terrible. Let me tell you why. And you're like,
no, and then he is passive aggressive. He's like, fine, gravy chunks. When it's like, oh, okay, you were listening.
Yeah.
And I just never know if that's like gravy chunks. That was funny. Or gravy chunks. You are pathetic. How do you have a job? So I always take it as the latter with him. You know, Whitey and Watkins coming up in just under an hour. Look, guy on the text line, 916-339-1140. Who's not hot? Carmichael Dave. Still have not received the Fire Wings gift card for the Nuggets winning in 5. Welshing on your bet with me is definitely not hot. Look, I'm not a Welsher. I don't know. I think I've asked this guy before. Give me a Venmo. I can't. I called Fire Wings, the Fire Wings by where he was, to see if I could like buy a gift card and have it waiting for Fred or whoever. And mailing one is just all kinds of weird. Like, here's your assignment, all right? For your $25 Fire Wings bet we have. Go get a Venmo and then tell me what your Venmo is. I'll just give you $25 and I'll do it today. You get a Venmo and text me by the end of the show. I never welsh on bets. It's bad karma. It's like cheating. You can't do it. So help me.
So everybody
help you.
Text in your Venmo.
That's a great point. I see the phone number here. So
I'll send you mine real quick.
That's a great point. You did not win a bet. Now, if you want to bet, yes, absolutely. All right. Niners at 9. First padded practice at training camp. Reportedly a strong day from Trey Lance.
Well, that's good.
Javon Kinlaw. Actually, all the QBs had great practices. I want to say, I mean, not that it matters, but what was it? Darnold was like 9 of 11. They all were right in there. Trey Lance, though, has been receiving a lot of intrigue around the league. And John Lynch was asked about that yesterday, how he's improved.
Drawn a lot of praise this offseason. You've always praised Trey Lance's character and his professionalism. Have you seen him improve as a football player this offseason? And if so, where have you seen him take strides?
I have, and I think we all have. A lot's been chronicled of him working with Jeff Christensen, and there's all kinds of different gurus and specialists for these guys to go through. I was really proud Trey took the initiative and I've talked with Trey. I won't get into the details because I'm not exactly sure on how it all happened, but I was proud that it was something that he sought out. And then, I think in the past, maybe Trey was working with multiple people. That's like trying to work with multiple golf coaches. Signals can get mixed. And I think he decided, all right, I got to find one that I vibe with the best and roll with that. And I think they did some great work. And I think he's throwing the football a lot better. His base is better. Some of his mechanics are better.
So he went on for a couple more minutes. I'm going to play the whole quote, but obviously John Lynch and a number of other people have noticed things. Some notes from our own Emil Fragoso. A big brawl happened after a big hit on Elijah Mitchell. In 11s, Brock Purdy's best throw at training camp happened, hitting Christian McCaffrey on a wheel route for a would-be TD. Then he threw a pick after that. It's a little up and down. Juwan Jennings wants to fight the whole defensive, the whole defense. So there's that. Eric Armstead said it's football. It's a physical sport. Talking about the fight that broke out. And let me just give you a real quick part 1. We told you about those little walk and talks. Here's a little taste of what Emil Fragoso was saying walking out of training camp.
All right, just leaving day 5 for Niners training camp. A couple takeaways before I get on this train here. The best day by far for all 3 quarterbacks. Not even a question. Trey Lance especially had his best day. 9 of 10 in scrimmage drills. He just looked precise, looked great. He hit Brandon Ayuk on a nice mid-crossing route in stride, perfectly hit Danny Graham, that same one as well. Trey was much more in command today. He looked better in the pocket. He threw a precision, and that's really what needs to happen here for Trey. Is that he needs to show that he's able to take these progressions and take these next steps for Kyle to allow him more reps and more opportunities.
If you're wondering why he sounds like he's walking and talking, that's what he's doing. There's a part 2 to that as well. The rest of part 1, about another 3-4 minutes of Emil breaking everything down. But Sactown Sports has all your coverage out there. Invite you go out. Diamador Lenore talking about how he thinks Brandon Ayuk is a top 5 receiver. That's on SactownSports.com right now.
Yeah, so you played John Lynch talking about Trey Lance. Lance, to me, this goes back to what I've been saying about him in this sense that, to me, last year was not enough of a sample size for us, for those that watch the games that are actually played. He played in game 1, game 2, I think a total of 30 passes thrown for him to lose his job based on getting hurt. It's this other stuff that John Lynch was talking about, his practices, his accuracy, the stuff that we don't always get to see that Emil does and others that cover this team on a regular basis. I feel like that's probably where Trey Lance had been disappointing to the 49ers. Because I think if you're just going based on his gameplay, we said last year that first game of the year was the Bears monsoon game. That was a really tough one to evaluate, and he gets hurt in the second one. Right. So, Dave, I just wonder if he has not been as effective consistently in practice, whereas Purdy was getting some reps last year, and then when he got the job, he did great, and then he continues to be effective in practice. I feel like they've catered everything for him to be the starting quarterback. I think that makes some sense. So Lance now on a day-to-day basis has to keep racking up good practices to get more attention, to say he's going to get preseason reps, but to even, get on the radar again, he has to be doing this consistently every day.
Which is, it's unfortunate. And if you ask me, and I could very well be wrong here, but who has the higher ceiling? Like, for example, if the Niners were coming off of a 5-12 year and we're trying to build up, I'd be all over Trey Lance. Like, you got to start Trey Lance because I believe he has the higher ceiling. I might be wrong, but I think that's probably consensus. He has a higher ceiling than Brock Purdy. But Brock Purdy might be the more ready quarterback right now. And then you have Sam Darnold, who doesn't excite anybody but me. I'm the Ben Simmons, Sam Darnold dude. But it's unfortunate for Trey Lance because has he gotten a fair shake? No.
Right.
Does that matter? No,
it doesn't.
It doesn't.
And I don't know when quarterbacks, like, obviously people are going to be enamored by a couple of different things: size, arm strength, athletic ability, escapability, all those kind of things. But unless you can get to the point where you operate the position with such precision, like Tom Brady, I mean, there was a reason he was picked that low. Wasn't fast.
Yep.
It was a good arm, not the best arm, but he mastered it. He mastered the position, understood the scheme, understood the defense, could process things so quickly. And yeah, he was picked in the 6th round. If you do it over, of course he's picked higher. He'd go number 1. But just on those other things that catch your eye, he didn't go that high. And so Purdy's more of the, pick later, Mr. Irrelevant. Like, he can play the position.
Right.
But Trey Lance, you're looking at, man, limited time, smaller school, but did well, young, big arm, can run. Look what we could turn him into. Sometimes it doesn't work that way.
And don't you get the feeling that John Lynch and Kyle Shanahan are looking more for a DeMar DeRozan than a Steph Curry in this situation?
Could be, especially with what they've got already.
I think so. Because I'd heard one of the, I think it was yesterday, one of the couple of Trey Lance had a good day with pads on, but I think one of the missed throws was a short route and he just threw it in the dirt or threw it, and to me it does certainly sound like, not just to me, to everybody, that that's really what they're paying. They're very much paying attention, Kyle Shanahan and friends, to can he make the regular play like clockwork,
right?
And then the other stuff is a bonus on top of that. But if you've got a little 5-yard route, if you're bouncing it or you're throwing it outside the numbers,
can't be used.
Right. And that's what they need more than anything, and everything else is just is gravy.
Yeah.
And I think when Trey Lance makes those mistakes, those are the ones that really, really sink in.
Yeah, I mean, we all get enamored with the 40-yard bomb that's thrown right in the perfect spot.
Yes,
that's great.
It's awesome.
But complete those first downs, move those chains, keep the offense moving, make those other plays too.
And that kind of lends the whole thing back to, it doesn't seem like this is the way they're going, but also that quarterback usage. Like, like they did at Sac State, like they've done so many other places, but not so much in the NFL. If Brock Purdy is QB1, and it looks like he will be, are Lance and Darnold just backups? Here's the other thing, too. We talk about this with the Kings all the time. I don't know why we don't talk about it more with the Niners. Iron sharpens iron. The Niners often, they're putting pads on, and certainly everybody's not full speed, but people are trying to make the team and people are trying to keep their spots. They're going up against a pretty damn good defense in training camp.
Mm-hmm.
They're going up against a really good defense in training camp. We don't want to look the defense, although they know that they're all going to be have a lot better chance of having jewelry on their hand if Brock Purdy and the rest of the offense does well. They don't care about that now.
Yeah.
If it's up to them, Brock Purdy would have gone, 1 of 11 yesterday, and that would have been the best round of the bunch. That's what they want. They're not interested in the offense having any success against them whatsoever, and they're arguably the best defense in the NFL. You would think that by the time they break out against, who is it, Pittsburgh or whoever they're leading off against, you feel bad for the Steelers because now all of a sudden they can actually hit people hard and sack the quarterback and do what they're going to do.
Yeah.
Also, one other note too that's worth noting: Javon Kinlaw apparently won damn near every matchup he had yesterday.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Look, I don't want to. It's like speaking of Ben Simmons, it's like thirsting over his summer workout, empty gym videos that he puts out every year. But if Javon Kinlaw can meet even some of that potential he has, can you imagine if he ended up being even close to what they wanted when they drafted him and said bye-bye to DeForest Buckner.
Right.
Then it's just
they got it all.
Just call it a season now and hope nobody gets hurt. That would just be insane. We'll take a break. When we come back, notice one name we didn't mention on that defense. That's Nick Bosa. Still waiting on him. What's the latest? We'll get to it next.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sactown Sports.
Attention home services contractors who want to grow their business with more leads while leveraging their marketing costs to receive over 10 times the value in advertising. Subcontractors United is offering 40 home services contractors from architects to landscapers to participate in our advertising co-op. For less than $2,100 per month, you'll share in over $83,000 a month in advertising. That's $1 million a year in advertising for under $2,100 a month. And because there's only 3 subcontractors per category, not 3,000, your lead potential is unlimited. Generate more leads than you ever thought possible. Be one of only 3 subcontractors in a category and receive $1 million a year in advertising by leveraging the power of a united group. That's subcontractorsunited.com or Google Subcontractors United for more information. But hurry, categories are filling up.
The only place in the morning to get your sports fix.
Live and vocal.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
I called Katie yesterday. I hadn't talked to her in a few days.
Uh-huh.
And usually that means either she's up at the family ranch where she doesn't have reception, which I knew she wasn't, or something's going on. So I call her, no pickup. And so I did some sort of passive aggressive, like, hey, by the way, this is Dave from work.
You remember me?
So she FaceTimes me. And dude, her sister is in town. And when her sister comes into town, she brings like her 4 dogs.
Oh.
And then Katie's got her 2 psycho dogs.
So did it sound like that? Like all those dogs?
That's what reminded me. Like I was on the phone with her for less than a minute. FaceTime. She has her daughter on her lap, who is like a big loud dog. And it's like her daughter is yelling at her for the phone because she wants to show me the other dog. And then all the other dogs are barking at each other. Her sister's on the phone in the background. And then she has, amongst all of that, she has her Chihuahua Beagle, who like this dog is a wacko, like for real. Like he can't stop barking. It's like a nervous tick.
Yeah.
Like it's a constant bark, right? Just throughout the day. It's just bark, 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 bark. And I was like, all right, gotcha. Just call it like
just chaos.
I don't know how I got off the phone and I was stressed out and I was on a phone for less than a minute with her. And that is her day to day right now. I don't know, dude. I don't know how some people do it, but shout out to Katie.
Shout out.
If she ends up having a breakdown at some point during this King season, go back to today or yesterday, and that's why. Because no human in the world should deal with that. All right. Nick Bosa is dealing with contract issues.
Yeah, you worried about this yet?
No.
Yeah, I don't either. I'm not either. Because, again, I don't think there's any concern. Like, the Niners haven't balked it. They know they have to pay him. They want him.
Right.
Bosa wants to be there. It's just buying the time until they get the contract right. Maybe it's also even kind of a ploy here to, hey, let's just keep him out of camp a little longer, just for his own safety, everybody's safety.
I think that's part of it. Like, put him in bubble wrap.
Yeah.
We know that Nick Bosa, look, here's what Nick Bosa should be doing. Cardio.
Yeah.
Strength training.
I would honestly ask him, look, we're going to get this done. Tell me what's the right amount of time you need to get a few practices?
Yeah.
Like, is it 5? Is it 2 weeks? Is it a week?
Yeah, we'll get it done then.
We'll be done.
It might already be done.
It might be.
And you know when I'll be worried? It will start to really enter my head. It'll begin to get in my head probably 3rd week of August.
Mm-hmm.
If it's not done last week of August, then I'll be like, oh.
Yeah.
And then obviously game week.
Yeah, he can't miss any games. Not for contract.
No, and I still am not clear on the whole fine, no fine thing. Like it's supposed to be 50,000 a day, and they're not.
They'll walk that back.
But they are refundable, but I don't know.
Yeah.
And then I have no idea. But
now there's the other part of it. I always wonder on a team kind of concept like this. I think everybody on the team realizes his value. That's not the question. But it's like, well, I'm pretty valuable too. Like if I'm Trent Williams going like I'm equivalent on the offensive end.
Yeah,
I'm here.
Now
my contract's not up, and I get
right.
Hey, I'm Debo Samuel, I'm Kittle, I'm Warner. I'm like, look, all of us are really important to the success of this team. We're all here. I don't know if it gets to that point because they know he's a stud, but I don't know.
But you mean from like a standpoint of like we're going through training camp?
Yeah. I'm running these drills. Like,
I would say specifically, I know and your point's valid, but like I kind of get a feeling Trent Williams in training camp's just like he'll
maybe.
I don't know how hard he's going in training camp generally, but
the same with any job. Like if we all had to do something, then every day it's like, hey, Watkins wasn't doing it. We're like,
right?
I mean,
like, come on,
guys. I did it. Whitey's doing it, or whatever. You know what I mean?
We went through it.
So if somebody's not, but and in the end, they're going to be there,
right?
So
somebody gets special treatment,
right?
But
I don't know. I don't know if that's fracturing the team by any means. I wouldn't say fracturing at any means, but just if there's any kind of jealousy in a sense, like, well, man, I'm going through all these reps. I wouldn't mind sitting at home, but Bosa's working out. It's not like that guy's a workout warrior.
Yeah, he's running around. And by the way, it's not like they're in Irving, Texas or something, the humidity.
Right.
They're in Santa Clara, which can get very hot. Don't get me wrong.
It can, but talk about the biggest downgrade to me of this is jumping teams, but to the Raiders. Like they had Napa, which everybody that was there always said, man, if the Raiders ever leave, I'm surprised nobody scooped that up.
Surprised the Niners have it.
Yeah. I mean, it's such a great location, great spot. It's well set up. They're in Henderson, Nevada, just baking.
You know how they do that? Are they, like, dumb question here, are they outdoors?
They are.
How is that even possible? Yeah. I've never thought about that, Jason. I mean, I knew if you'd asked me, hey, are they still doing training camp in Napa? I said, oh, no.
Yeah.
But then I never really spent a ton
I think
of time.
part of the deal was that they wanted to be there amongst the community, but okay.
By the way, it's going to be a cool 97 today.
In Nevada?
In Henderson.
Wow, that's crazy. That's very comfortable there.
Then 105, 107, 109, 110, 109, 109, 106, 106.
Okay. Yeah, one of the days we were after the summer league, we had spent a couple days there out there, and it was one of the days was 116.
How do you even work out in pads there?
Yeah.
No, I mean, I'm honestly
safely,
asking.
like we're joking, but like safely.
No, right. No,
I mean, I'm not saying it not. You probably have to have like 8 a.m.
for real,
7 a.m. practice.
You ever go down? I think it's I-5, and right before you get to Stockton, and you pass the like smelly pile of manure with the white. It's like the white tarp with the with the tires on it, right?
Uh-huh.
And then I think it's right past that they have like the worst place ever for cows.
Yes,
they're right off the freeway. And in the summertime, I don't know if you've ever driven by, and they have those big giant industrial sprinklers that are constantly on.
Just a great scent.
Nothing but cooking beef, manure, and tire. And I always point that out because whenever we go to the North Coast here, the Mendocino County and all that, when you go up Highway 1, there's a stretch where it's nothing but farmland and cows, and they have oceanfront cow property. Like, no joke. They have fences, but like the cows have a view. And I'm thinking, imagine the phone calls between these cows and their cousins off of I-5.
Yeah, jealous.
And the difference in life.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's how they have to be in Henderson. Like, they must have those cow sprinklers going nonstop for these people. And even then,
right,
that's just brutal. Dude, where's the Players Association? And can I just make a bookmark here? I want to be very careful here because I do believe in karma. So knock, knock.
Who's there?
Now, you know what? I won't even go to the extreme. I can say this part out loud. Is it going to take a Raider collapsing from heat stroke and then making a full recovery? Is it going to take that for them to step in and go, this might just be a bad idea to work these guys out in full pads at 107 degrees? I don't know what that voice was, but is that what it's going to take, though?
I don't know. I hope not.
So, Napa,
right,
Henderson, Nevada.
Yeah.
Remember how Sean Payton said the mean thing about Nathaniel Hackett?
I do.
And then remember how Aaron Rodgers said the name out of my mouth?
Is it Sean Payton's turn?
No, we're still on Aaron Rodgers, but the apology thing. He had more to say. He said he had more to say. Am I one of those 40s cartoons now where I'm next thing you know, I'm like, you can't get me, coppers.
Sounds like it.
He had more to say, see? Here he is right now.
I said what I said. I stand by everything that I said, but there's a way of handling things and probably a way not to. Sometimes you say something really stupid that warrants an apology. Sometimes you don't apologize. Everybody's entitled to their opinion. It's more to say for a different time.
Wait, what?
I didn't get it.
Let me include the question.
The Hackett thing. Is it over in your head? How do you feel about it? Sean Payton today said that's in the past after your comments yesterday. What do you make?
Hold on. Did she just do a voice?
I say what
about it? Sean Payton today said that's in the past.
It's in the past.
It's an interesting limited fake Sean Payton.
She straight up did a Sean Payton voice, but didn't bother. That's the best. That's like something I do. That's the best.
In your head, how do you feel about it? Sean Payton today said that's in the past after your comments yesterday. What do you make of them?
I still got a lot more to say.
Please.
I don't need to. I said what I said. I stand by everything that I said, but there's a way of handling things and probably a way not to. Sometimes you say something really stupid. It warrants an apology. Sometimes you don't apologize. Everybody's entitled to their opinion. Sean's entitled to his opinion. I'm entitled to mine. It's more to say for a different time.
So no text from him. No apologies.
I haven't heard anything.
I've got more to say. Well, go ahead. No.
Yeah. But is Sean Payton the one where he's like, sometimes you go too far and say something stupid and you have to apologize? Or is he saying, I don't want to go too far and then I have to apologize?
I don't know. He needs to go to the darkness retreat to figure it out.
Yeah. I think he and Sean Payton should go to the darkness retreat with Nathaniel Hackett and
make it Hard Knocks.
Yes, and just hit a big ayahuasca bong, or whatever you do, and all sleep on a bear rug, by the fire, and that would solve it.
Sure.
And that, what you say? That's Hard Knocks.
Yes.
Hard
Knock Life.
We'll take a break. When we come back, what to watch tonight? Let's go streaking.
Yes.
You're not going to want to miss this one. We have, honestly, talk about Guinness Book of World Records. This might be there. We'll talk about it next.
The Kings are running it back.
He's got the bucket at the buzzer. Harrison Barnes. Alex Lynn just went above the iron with a two-hand throwdown. And that was as nasty as we've seen him in a Kings uniform.
And welcoming some new faces.
Oh, and here comes Vezenkov. He gets the big finish. Fisher rejected by Mr. Vezenkov.
Keep it locked on Sactown Sports at SactownSports.com for the latest Kings news.
For nearly 20 years since Bartley Kavanaugh Golf Course opened near the banks of the Sacramento River, it's been Sacramento's #1 course for fun. Perry Dye of the famous Dye family of golf course architects designed the course to be an easy walk, but motorized carts are available as well. You and your friends of all abilities will find Bartley Kavanaugh featuring a brand new tap room is a great place to play golf. After your round, relax on the outdoor veranda, overlooking the course with a cold beverage or a tasty meal. For tee times, visit BartleyCavanaugh.com. It's Sacramento's #1 course for fun.
Dawn or dusk, I'm on the hunt. Skeeter here, Sacramento Yellow Mosquito and Vector Control District, and I'm wearing Skeeter Vision, night vision goggles that light up skeeters at dawn or dusk like the 4th of July. Mosquito, 12 o'clock. Got him. So fight the bite by wearing long sleeves and pants at dawn or dusk when they're most active. Apply insect repellent and drain stagnant water. It's a breeding ground.
Dawn or dusk, the Sacramento Yolo Mosquito and Vector Control District reminds you to fight the bite. For more information or to report problems, go to fightthebite.net.
Whitey here reminding you that not all grills are created equal. Enjoy the prime grilling season today with a new lifetime warranty Napoleon Prestige line of outdoor cookers. My personal Napoleon P500 series gas grill has turned me into a grilling pro. Napoleon Prestige grills, versatile grilling for every occasion. Form, function, and luxury can come in the same package. Just go to your local Green Acres Nursery and Supply for the best selection today, or visit Napoleon.com for a dealer near you.
Guys, did you know your testosterone affects everything in your system, including how you feel and perform every day? Right now, Revive Men's Health Sacramento will check your testosterone for free. Knowing your T levels is the first step in understanding if you have low T. Your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED. Maintaining an appropriate T level can change your whole life. Most men start to see changes in their hormone levels in their 30s. Experience and results matter. So what are you waiting for? Get your T levels checked today by local, experienced, and trusted men's health experts. They've helped thousands of men since 2011. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Call Revive today and schedule your free testosterone test, free exam, and free consultation. Call Revive Men's Health at 916-277-8599. That's 916-277-8599. Or visit revivemenshealth.com.
Ray Magliozzi here for eBay Motors. Okay, easy now. You're teaching your kid how to parallel park. Ouch! Turns out he likes to do it by feel. Don't worry, eBay Motors has bumpers, taillights, trunk lids, license plate holders, 122 million parts. Pull up just a little bit. And headlights. They've got lots of headlights. Get the right parts at the right prices. eBay Motors. Let's ride.
Okay, next time you're at the store, I dare you to not think about the unmistakable, fresh, clean scent of Irish Spring. Yeah, you heard me. I want you to resist picturing a shower filled with those sensational Irish Spring suds. And if you succeed, well, you got what my gramps used to call resolutitude. Not a real word, but let's be honest, you're probably going to end up leaving with Irish Spring because of its irresistible scent and because you have zero resolutitude. Pick up Irish Spring at Walmart today.
Sactown Sports.
Headlines.
Good morning, Sacramento. My name is Kyle Ledbetter, and these are your Sactown Sports headlines. Early this morning, the United States women's national soccer team secured a 0-0 draw against Portugal in their third group stage match at the Women's World Cup. The disappointing result means the United States will finish second place in the group behind Netherlands. However, they will still advance to the knockout round and face very likely Sweden in the round of 16. MLB trade deadline is today at 3 p.m. Here's the latest news. The San Francisco Giants have acquired AJ Pollock and a minor leaguer from the Seattle Mariners. The Oakland A's are trading Sam Maul to the Cincinnati Reds and Jace Peterson to the Arizona Diamondbacks. If you missed any of today's show, you can listen to all 4 hours on our podcast and YouTube feeds up right now at SactownSports.com. Those are your headlines. It's time for the last half hour of the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Carmichael Dave.
He has very good sources, and he just kind of tells it as it is and gets to the point.
Jason Ross.
He has a lot of pretty smart things to say. He's good at what he does.
On Sactown Sports.
Welcome back. We got a lot to get to here. The what to watch, and we will go streaking. I picked up during the break. I picked up a quote from Ron Rivera, and there is with everything going on with the Washington Commanders. So Commanders is an overwhelmingly unpopular name amongst Washington fans. They hate it.
Oh, okay.
And so there is talk about another name change. In fact, it sounds like it's, I wouldn't say inevitable, but more likely than not that they will change the Commanders name to something else.
I felt like people like the football team.
That's generally right up there. That I believe is the second most popular. Okay. But Josh Harris, the new owner, is a lifelong Washington fan. And he grew up going to the games when they were known as the Redskins.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I was just having an off-air conversation with somebody about this because, look, this is just, I don't like not talking about stuff because it's too scary, but let me just try to be as transparent and open as I possibly can when talking about something like this. I don't claim to be the guy, nor would I ever claim to be the guy that knows the right answer and what you should and shouldn't say. I do know that I start to feel incredibly tingly and not in a good way when I go about talking about what should be offensive to people of any color. That's just not my place. I don't understand. I feel like I understand tradition. I understand history. I get it. But I don't see a world in which the term Redskin is not a slur, right?
Right.
But when you see, and I've seen a bunch of them, poll after poll after poll after poll, when Native Americans are polled about it, it's either like 80% either they don't care, they have other things to worry about, or it's a source of pride. And now there's talk where I shouldn't say overwhelming, but the large majority of fans in that area want to go back to Redskins. To the point where Ron Rivera addressed it yesterday.
Mr. Harris and that ownership group talked extensively about bringing back the glory. And again, what Coach Gibbs did, the traditions, that alumni group of guys that are around, it's hard to escape it. It really is. I mean, and that's the truth of the matter. I mean, and just so everybody knows, we do that with the utmost respect. Okay, for the native tribes, for the American Indian. Anytime that's brought up is brought up with the utmost respect.
I think the ambiguity here is when he says bring back past glory. Mm-hmm. The intimation there is that that's the name. It could also just mean Joe Gibbs and, Joe Theismann and,
sure,
all the past glory, the Hogs. I just don't know why they'd even and what this smells like to me, and maybe I'm tinfoil hatting here. This very much smells to me like a test balloon.
Mm.
Let's do a soft kind of, ambiguous, Josh Harris, I think, was saying something like everything's on the table. Magic Johnson backed that up. It just smells to me like a coordinated, soft test balloon of like, well, you never know what could happen. We'll wait and see. And then sit back and let everybody argue over it. And if it's like, and meanwhile, you're kind of talking to the NFL and other people behind the scenes through intermediaries. And then if the overwhelming response is like, dude, no, you can't name your team after a slur. You can't, you just got out of this stupid. You just fired the owner for other crap. But this is, you want to go back to that? No, get out of here. What are you thinking, dum-dum? Or it's like, and then you go, oh yeah, well, that was never under consideration. Of course not. We would never do that. And here's the football team. But if it's overwhelmingly, no, you know what? Dan Snyder's gone. It's fine. And then you bring up a bunch of Native American folks that are influential in the area. They're like, no, we support this. And we've started this college fund. And I mean, there's ways to do this. I can't figure out which way they're going. Here's my question, though. Why even go there?
Right. It's a little surprising. We've already had a couple teams change their name, others that haven't. I don't know what the drawback or feedback those organizations are getting if we're talking about Kansas City in football or Atlanta in baseball. Those kind of things that have been mentioned before. I don't know. It doesn't seem like you would go back that way to me.
Right. It just seems, what is the upside other than you get some old heads that are like, that's the way it should be. Right. Like everyone loves the Washington football team. It's unique. It's cool. There's nothing like that in baseball or basketball or foot. Nobody is like, oh, the San Francisco Baseball Club. No, but it's also kind of a nod to, it's very soccer-y.
It is,
and that works.
I didn't realize the Commanders was not loved at all.
Yeah, they don't like
that area.
They don't like it. There's I think it's like the Red Tails, the football team, the Hogs. I think there was like at least 3 or 4 that were ahead of the Commanders. Too bad the Generals are taken because General George Washington, but now that's the team. The Harlem Globetrotters beat the hell out of all the time, but I think that'd be a pretty dope game. Also, I get the Washington Capitals are hockey team, but something to allude to all that. But I don't live in DC.
Yeah.
What about the Washington DCs? I think it was actually floated once. I'm not
really.
I really actually think it was floated once. So we'll see. It's interesting to monitor that. Ultimately, it's not going to affect my life in any way. But I just, it's just one of those like, what are you doing?
Yeah, get it right.
D-backs won in 11 last night out at Oracle Park against the Gigantics. They go for game 2 tonight. And the A's down at Chavez Latrine taking on the Dodgers and those overrated Dodger dogs. Okay.
You ready?
Here, 2 more minutes in the segment. Yeah, let's go. Let's go streaking.
It's time to go streaking.
We're going streaking!
Who is the Nostradamus of MLB? Who can keep the streak going? It's time to go streaking.
What the hell are you doing?
We're streaking.
All right.
Yeah.
You ready?
Yeah, I want to do something different today, Jason.
Okay.
1-800-920-1140. I'll take the first caller that gives me a batter with a relatively good chance of getting a hit.
Okay.
Okay. Because I can't. I picked Adley Rutschman.
Right.
Yeah. Adley Rutschman's been great for me this year.
Orioles are hot. He got 5 plate appearances. He went 0 for 5.
0 for 5.
So I have. We officially knew you were in a drought.
Yeah.
On the other way, but I've added the totals. You are at a 7-game hitless streak.
Wait, really?
Yes.
7 games,
my gosh.
including. And by the way, I was at a 7-game hit streak directly before this.
Yes, including the day that you picked Shohei Ohtani, who had the best individual day in the history of baseball. It's just the game you picked. He did.
I picked Luis Arias, who's batting .890, and he went 0 for. I picked Shohei Ohtani, who had the best day ever in the history of baseball, but I picked him for the game he threw the shutout and went 0 for. And then he hit 2 home runs.
You have Tatis Jr. on this list, J.D. Davis, Luciano. You went for kind of the
that was the fun one.
Gleyber Torres, Adley Rutschman, 7 in a row. I was at 3 with Ronald Acuna Jr. He did not get a hit yesterday. So my streak is over.
Your streak is over.
Jay Mars off from the afternoon gave us Rafael Devers. His hitting streak's now at 2.
Hey!
And Nate yesterday went with Kyle Schwarber. He did not get a hit, so he is at 0. So Kyle, you have a fresh start today. But Dave,
you know what? I'm not waiting.
You gonna do it
one more time?
Okay.
Because this, you know what? This guy never lets me down.
Yeah.
Hey, Rosarena.
Okay.
Randy Rosarena, the Rays, going against former giant Carlos Rodon.
Yeah.
And your Yankees.
Well, I need a hit. Normally my streak starter has been Ellie De La Cruz, but I'm going to my guy. He's back. My man crush. Aaron Judge.
Aaron Judge.
I just need a hit. We'll get Jays later. Who are you going with, Kyle?
I'm going to go with a Boston Red Sox today because they are playing the Mariners, who are, not that great. I'm going to go Alex Verdugo.
Okay. There you go. Dave, good luck to you.
I should have picked, man. Yeah, I'm all over. I have no confidence.
It's shaken and stirred.
What are the odds of that? 7 in a row.
I have now all of our. I might have a deep dive into some streak stats.
Oh yeah,
yeah,
that's good.
Yeah,
I just honestly, if I lose today, I'm going to be so tired, so out of it.
He's tired.
I might honestly, Jason, I might quit.
Okay,
I might quit, which I know might make Whitey happy, but it wouldn't make my wife happy because then I'd be unemployed. And you know what I might do?
Get in an RV.
I might head over to my guys at American Energy.
Oh,
yeah, I might, because right now they're hiring. Yeah. Did you know that? Maybe Carmichael Dave will be your new HVAC tech.
Yeah, you know what, though? Last year, I utilized the great folks at American Energy.
Yeah.
I got to admit, if I open the door and you're like, hey, I'm here to fix stuff. I'm like, yeah, you know what?
Yeah, that's a great point.
I trust you getting a streak.
I might be a better HVAC person than a radio host. Wouldn't be that. It's not a high bar to climb for me. Either way, whether it's me, someone else, maybe the board op thing doesn't work out for Kyle. He wants to be an HVAC tech. I don't know. Head on over. It's a great local company. I love them to death. I really do. They pride themselves with everything they do. These are good people. I've used them. My mother-in-law has used them. So many of you have used them. Check it out. They're hiring technicians. You want a new job? They'll train you. They'll coach you. They'll offer great pay, health bennies, retirement, 401k, even paid leave. And if you've got experience already, they'll give you a sign-on bonus. Yeah, what? Come on. What else do you need? What an opportunity for a pretty awesome gig. Call American Energy if you're interested at 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990 or AmericanEnergyAir.com. We'll take a break when we come back. Celebrity Birthdays brought to you by Crumble Cookies, Crosstalk with Whitey and Watkins and more right after this. On Sactown
Finding
Sports.
great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
For adults with moderate to severe plaque psoriasis who are candidates for systemic or phototherapy, now there's Skyrizi, risankizumab Riza, a prescription-only 150 milligram injection. With Skyrizi, 3 out of 4 people achieve 90% clear skin at 4 months, and Skyrizi is just 4 doses a year after 2 starter doses.
Nothing and me go hand in hand. Nothing on my skin, that's my new plan. Nothing is every day.
Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions and an increased risk of infections or a lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check for infection and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection or symptoms, such as fever, sweats, chills, muscle aches, or cough, or if you plan to or recently received a vaccine.
With Skyrizi, you could achieve 90% clear skin. Ask your doctor about the #1 dermatologist prescribed biologic in psoriasis and visit skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKYRIZI to learn more.
At Wells Fargo, if you accidentally overdraw your account, we give you an extra day grace period to avoid the overdraft fee. What if everything came with an extra day?
Sunday night and I have the Sunday scaries.
Honey, don't be scared. Every weekend comes with an extra day now.
All right. TGI Sunday.
It helps to have an extra day. When it comes to overdrafts, you can with Wells Fargo.
Visit wellsfargo.com/getextra to learn more. Terms and conditions apply. Subject to timing requirements and the bank's funds availability policy. Wells Fargo Bank N.A. member FDIC.
It's time for the news of the day.
The latest headlines, the biggest stories, hard-hitting analysis.
Yeah, this is none of those things.
And now,
here's Carmichael Dave and Jason Ross.
Hey! Woo! Yeah!
Welcome in. Cross that time with Whitey and Watkins. How you doing, Whitey?
Need your help, Dave.
Yeah?
Yep. Last night,
Here for you.
playing Quirkle.
Wait, what?
Quirkle. Sheen, you're not playing Quirkle. Having ice cream sandwiches. One ice cream sandwich? That sounds great.
Yeah.
So I'm looking at the ice cream sandwiches. I don't want to say who made it. I'll give you a anagram. Sleent. Sleent is the anagram who made it. I'm looking at the ice cream sandwich, right? You like ice cream sandwiches?
Love ice cream sandwiches.
I'm looking on the wrapper, and I noticed that nowhere on the wrapper does it say ice cream. There is not any ice cream in the ice cream sandwich, Dave.
That's right.
No one else has the courage to talk about it. Can you get to the bottom of it?
I think we should. I have a class action lawsuit pending on they don't put expiration dates on sauces from fast food restaurants, and I think we should include that.
Frozen dairy dessert.
That's what it should be.
That's what it says. I'm like, wait a minute, where's the ice cream?
Come on, Sleet.
Now,
it was good. I ate it. Don't get me wrong.
I haven't figured out your anagram yet, so just tell me, is this like a higher end name brand type of ice cream sandwich, or
I guess it would be
real?
Sleente, huh?
Yeah,
Sleente.
She's in Vegas right now, right? Celine. Never mind. So, them. Okay. Yeah.
Come on, Dave.
But it's also
what are you gonna do about it?
Here's the thing, though. Do you enjoy soft serve? I do.
Yeah.
Okay, that's ice cream either. That comes in like a powder. And ultimately, which is more important to you, taste or authenticity?
I just want to know what I'm eating, and I guess some of that's on me. I just assumed that an ice cream sandwich had, I don't know, ice cream in it.
What's in your hot dog?
You. So here's my
Costco or Dodger Dog?
Yeah, good point.
I'm not wrong about that, right?
I don't know.
You've never had a Dodger Dog?
I knew you were talking.
You just kind of tuned out. You remember the gravy? Remember?
No, I know you. Dodger Stadium is. When are they going to get a new stadium?
Right?
Yeah.
Because they're like, oh, it's a great stadium. It's okay. It's
1960 whatever.
Yeah.
Oh.
Isn't it like Fenway, Wrigley, and Dodger Stadium? Right?
Probably.
I think.
Yeah.
Sounds right.
Just saying.
How about Oakland? How old's Oakland?
66-ish.
Yeah. Okay. By the way, who was this? You?
Yeah. Be careful with that. It's not yours.
You brought in you brought in your high school football. Get it? You see what I'm saying?
I see what you did there.
Man.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Today's raspberry cream pie day.
I assume there's raspberry and cream in it.
Probably not. Who knows?
File a lawsuit.
National Girlfriends Day. Now, at first I thought that was for people that had girlfriends. No, it's like girls that are friends with each other. Right, exactly. And today is International Mahjong Day. Just super quick question. Anyone here play Mahjong? Really?
Yes.
Is there, I know what it like kind of looks like, but is there anything you could compare it to that we might understand as far as like what, is it a card
Got
game?
elements of poker. It's with tiles.
Tiles, right?
Yeah. And I found out there's a lot of different ways to play it.
Really?
I think I play it wrong, but it's
You're not even playing it.
Yeah.
It's okay. There's got to be a rule on, because I know like in order to be called something like cheese, you have to have X percent of cheese in it. There's got to be a rule about ice cream. There's
probably
federal
doesn't
laws
even
about
say
this.
on the box ice cream sandwich. I don't know what I got to check.
Because you're right. What did you say would be the alternative name to call it? Like ice cream product or?
No, it says, I noticed on the wrap, where does it say ice cream? It says frozen dessert treat or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, but frozen dessert treat sandwich does not sound great.
But the picture there, I think people don't even bother reading. It's like, that's an ice cream sandwich.
An ice cream
I'm
sandwich.
going to have 7.
Would you have known though? I mean, honest question, did it taste like ice cream?
Yeah, I've never noticed. It's really good.
Right?
There's no question.
Don't
get me wrong, Celine.
You ever make your own ice cream?
No.
Okay.
In science class once.
How was it? Was it good?
Yeah, it was fine.
Was it vanilla or strawberry?
Yeah, vanilla, yeah. I think you could have done chocolate.
Yeah?
I would have taken that science class.
Yeah, you just like put it in the bag and like put some ice. I don't know.
That's it.
I mean, yeah.
I remember my grandma had one with like you put like not dry rock salt or something in there, and you churn it like butter or something.
Salt.
You know that? Last thing, has nothing to do with what any of you have just been talking.
Great.
But did you know the company Nestle, Nestles, Nestle makes the very best?
Yeah.
Did you know boxing historian Bert Sugar wrote that jingle?
No, I didn't.
I feel like that's something you might know.
I do now.
You
Thank
do now.
Yeah.
Celebrity Birthdays brought to you by Crumble Cookies. Hey, birthdays are meant to be spent with family and friends. Nothing brings family and friends together better than Crumble Cookies.
I'm Bert Sugar. Here's my latest jingle. Have a crumble. They're so good. We your taste buds wish you would.
Honestly, if you know, that's a pretty good Bert Sugar. It's a pretty decent Bert Sugar.
Thanks, David.
One of boxing's great gentlemen.
Yeah.
Rest in peace.
He's the guy with the hat, right?
Yeah, the hat. He was old school. Had like he came on my show in 06 when I was just starting my little stupid night show. Came on once to promote a book. A week later, I get the book autographed, and then on stationery that says sugar at top, a full-page handwritten note about how much fun he had. I'll bring it in.
Okay.
Celebrity birthdays.
Happy birthday on this August 1st to Jason Momoa.
Oh.
Shark Week.
Aqua, man. Cal Drogo, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, very much so.
Jason Momoa is he's 46.
That's a great guess.
Thanks, Chris.
45.
Okay.
38.
47.
44.
Wow.
Alrighty.
Well done.
Happy birthday to former Baltimore Oriole outfielder Adam Jones. Not Pac-Man Jones.
Ooh.
Adam Jones.
Adam Jones. Not Andrew Jones.
Nope. Adam.
38.
How you like that guess?
Say 43.
I'm going to say 41.
39.
We have a correct answer. 38.
Wow.
You can't touch me today.
Yeah.
Wow. See what happens when Jay's gone? You win. That's great.
Happy birthday to Joe Elliott, who is the lead singer of Def Leppard.
Oh.
Okay. They got a drummer with one arm. They do.
Yeah.
Oh, I know.
Facts.
They just did a thing. They re-released Hysteria, most of the songs, but they did it with like the London Philharmonic. The song Animal, really, really good version. Pour some sugar on me.
Or some Bert Sugar on.
Yeah, it's embarrassing. Well done. Joe Elliott is, who I thought was a NASCAR driver until you cleared it up. Joe Elliott is 68.
69.
Nice.
I'm going under. I'll go 67.
65.
64. Kyle with the win on this one.
Dang it.
All right.
Well
Adam
played.
Duritz, lead singer of Counting
Oh,
Crows.
Mr. Joe, damn me.
He's is he from Davis? And he
Yeah, I
went to
think so.
Cal?
I think so. Yeah.
Didn't he, wasn't he a celebrity couple with, was it Winona Ryder back in the
I
day?
think it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Adam Duritz
You
is,
sounded just like him, too.
thank you. All right, but like, was that Adam Duritz or was it Carmichael Dave? I don't know. He's 58. I know that for a fact.
Oh, for a fact.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a really good guess.
Thanks.
55.
What was another Counting Crows?
57.
You can tear a bit. No,
The
that's
one
Color.
from Shrek. That's another Counting
Yeah.
Crows. 53.
59.
Nice.
Yes.
Closest.
59. I meant 58 because he's
Yeah.
turns 59 tomorrow.
Yeah. How about Austin Rivers? Happy birthday, Austin Rivers.
Oh, great movie. Mike Myers. Austin Rivers.
Son of Doc Rivers.
Yeah. Austin Rivers
He's
is
the guy that, with this stupid thing in Bleacher Report that Sabonis is overrated. A lot of players say, there's your guy's overrated.
Austin Rivers for
yeah,
Doc.
Yeah.
Austin Rivers is 31.
Wait, is Austin Rivers Doc's son, or am I thinking of the guy in the lake? I'm thinking Austin Reeves. No.
You are, not him.
So I will recuse myself.
It wasn't Austin Rivers. Yeah, it was a blunder.
I'll say Austin Rivers is, what'd you say?
31.
I'll say 30.
Okay.
Oh, that was going to be my guess. So I'll say 29.
We have a correct answer.
Yeah, we do.
Yep. 31.
Wow.
Carmichael Dave.
Love me some Austin Rivers birthday.
Happy birthday to Madison Bumgarner. Which one, though?
Hey, did you know in school he dated a girl named Madison Bumgarner? Bet you did.
That's terrible.
Yeah, it's a true story.
That's horrible.
What?
You knew that. Yeah, Madison Bumgarner dated Madison Bumgarner. That's a fact. What are the odds, right? It's not. I'm not doing a bit.
41. Like slim to
Literally
none.
not doing a bit.
One of the rarest last names you're going to hear.
I think 38.
I'll say 37.
36.
34.
Wow.
What a bum.
Yeah.
Yeah. What a bum.
34. Happy birthday to former Kings assistant coach Stacey Ogman. Plastic
Man, UNLV. Let's see. Why do I have to be first?
Whitey.
It's your show.
That's a great point right there. I will say he is 56. That's a really good guess. I guarantee I'm within
Say
two.
62.
55.
That's weird now.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
Kyle
is working with the button.
Okay. We have a correct answer.
Yeah.
It's 55. Boom! All right, we'll end with former Kansas coach and North Carolina coach Roy Williams.
78.
I'm gonna stomp on Whitey here and say 77 because I think it's really close. Sorry.
I'll say 73.
72.
We have a correct answer.
Well done, whoever it was.
73. Chris
Hey,
Watkins.
good job.
Yeah.
You needed one.
Okay, Whitey and Watkins coming up here next.
What's next?
Tons to talk about, including
Mark Kreidler will join us. Mr. Baseball and Mike Sando from The Athletic on his quarterback Tears for Fears.
Do we have questions for Kreidler?
I don't know. Do you?
Ooh, are you even allowed to do that? Is that trademarked? I don't even know how the rules work. Would you mind telling Mark I said hello?
Yes, I would.
I love Mark Kreidler.
I would mind.
He's not going to do it.
Mark Kreidler, I always make it a point. Like Ari Graswich was a total jerk. Mark Kreidler, when I was like 15, picked up his phone, called me back. Actually, I left a message and explained the salary cap to me for like a half an hour in baseball.
Wow.
I mean, that's just awesome. He's just a really, really good guy. So for Mark Kreidler, which is worth tuning in on its own.
Yes.
Also, Whitey, Chris Watkins.
Yeah.
Thanks so much, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye now.
Sactown Sports has all your 49ers pre